Bam. There we go. What's up? I think I'm the only one here right now, which is fine. Just grab my coffee. I hiding out in the garage, so I'm a little prepared for today. My mother-in-law sent a care package with when she sent my daughter home. So I have a small little thermos of coffee out here with me to keep me fueled up for today. Um, Voice is a little scratchy. Sorry. Just the time of year, dry weather and whatnot. So scratchy voice. Hopefully it's not too annoying to folks. But yeah, so we're just hanging out in the garage. I just updated manually the firmware on this Centauri Carbon. Mr. McMuffin Jr., hello, hello. Good to see you. Biped organism. Yes, I am. I'm many organisms. But no, just a little hangout in the garage with doggo. Like I said, I'm not sure when the holiday season will, or if I'll stream between now and New Year's. I don't know. But I figured there's a good chance this could be the last stream, so I figured I might as well. I'm sitting out here, me and doggo. It's cold outside, and he didn't want to be in the house with his little puppy sisters because they get very overwhelmed by him, or he gets very overwhelmed by them, I should say. So yeah. That's weird. It's showing your screen name rather than your actual name, as it usually does. Yeah, it's gotta love YouTube and its constant messing with everyone's chat names and everything, because some of them, Guy, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the force is strong with you. Ah, it's my favorite phone guy. Ah, what's going on, good sir? How are you? How's the how's life down in the a little farther south for me? How was it down there for you? I saw that many homes to the east of you got hit pretty bad. So kind of like a sweeping stretch east of you. It seems like by the time it got to the river, it kind of let up. But there was so in some areas, just so everybody knows, in some areas they're saying it was just high winds. In other areas, they are claiming a tornado came through about 40 miles, 45 miles south of me last night. So there's a lot of damage down that way. Oh man, you got the ugly C word. Sorry to hear. Well, rest up, man. Holidays with the families are so great these days. They give and give and give, don't they? But you rest up and take it easy. Coming down good here in, oh, you're in Northeast Ohio. That's right. So yeah, you're getting hit pretty good right now. We didn't actually get much snow right now. We're getting like a little flurry coming through my area. I went outside to get my thermos of fuel for those who missed it. My daughter came back from my mother-in-law's. My mother-in-law sent a thermos of coffee for me to keep me fueled up today. So got my cup, got my coffee. Radioactive, what's going on, man? How you doing? But gang, I don't really have big plans. I was saying earlier that, let me bump this up a little bit. This Centauri Carbon has been stuck at 1.1.4 on the firmware, has not gotten the update to 1.1.46. I did repeatedly reboot that thing, and I would never talk to home and say, hey, there's an update for it. So I may have found it on actually the funniest of all places. I found the stock firmware on the Open Centauri wiki. So I went to the Open Centauri wiki, downloaded the firmware, renamed it to update.bin, and then put it on the USB, rebooted the printer, and boom, update. However, you got to remember to delete it, because for some reason the key or the the little bit of the bin that the printer reads that says, "Hey, this is this update." I didn't pay attention, and you're supposed to copy and paste this into the bin file, the updated info. I didn't do that, so yeah. I feel fine, but get around my friends, family, just negative. Oh, did I clean? I did. I did do some cleaning up in here. Um, LTX, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I gotta catch a quick drink here. Trying to keep the throat coated. Um, I got rid of a lot of printers. I'm liking the Centauri Carbon so much that I got a second one, and a staff member at the school, her husband and son got a Centauri Carbon, and they wanted something a little bit larger format. So I told them a price, they agreed. So I'm going to be, after the first of the year, after I get some bills paid, I'm going to be putting a third one right right there. I'll put a third one up there. So I'll have 3 Centauri Carbons. I do like them. They are good printers, and for the money, you know, price to performance, you cannot complain. It's a good printer. People will, and they always do, and that's fine. But for me, for what I do, for the most part, um, if the Centauri Carbon was to come out with a 300 or a 350, probably a 350 would be nice. Or even if they want to just do the 356 by 356 by 356 and go a full 100 larger than that, that would be kind of cool. Printer now, bills later. Oh, trust me, trust me. If I do have a motto that I live by, and it's not that I choose to. It's just kind of how life is. Um, but it's not for everyone, and that's fine. But here it is, and I'll share it with you guys. Ready? Live in debt, not regret. It's not a good way to live your life. But being as I spent most of my money, or I spend most of my money on my wife, my kids, and making sure that they have everything they need and want, um, I put my needs and wants on the back burner a lot to make sure that they get the things they need and want. So, um, but yeah, so by needs and wants, I mean like pay the power bill, make sure there's internet, make sure there's food when they need it, all that kinds of stuff. You know, like I said, we got that money from when my dad passed. We got that money. I bought a car, and it's my wife's car. My car just took a shit. I need wheel bearings, so I have to see about getting some wheel bearings. That's going to be what I say. It's like 50, 60 bucks a piece, and I might as well replace both. If you're going to replace one on the front, you might as well replace both. So like 150 bucks, 150 bucks with some shipping in there, probably 160, 170 with some Illinois state tax, because everything you buy online in the state of Illinois, you get taxed for. So probably 160 to 170 bucks for the 2 wheel bearings. But I got to get those. Kind of need to get those replaced between now and the 4th, which is going to be really hard to do because I don't have the money to buy them, first off. Got to wait till the 5th, which is payday. And the 5th is on a Monday. I highly doubt I will see a paycheck this Friday. Usually, the way my employer pays is if the holiday or if your payday falls on a holiday or on the weekend, you get paid the Friday before or the day before the holiday. So, mhm. Your CS is so high is for the crippling anxiety. Anytime you feel you can't pay, yeah, yeah, can't pay an installment. I understand, man. I understand. But how is everyone doing? How was everyone's Christmas? I hope everyone had a good Christmas. Um, Hope you got to spend time with your family. I get to spend time. I got to see my little guy, my little grandson. I got to see him for 2 days, the 24th and the 25th. Got to hold him, hug him, cuddle him, love on him. It was fun. Enjoyed it. I kind of pissed him off on Christmas Day. He was sleeping when he got to my sister's house, and Auntie Grandpa may have woke him up and made him a little pissy, but he passed out, and when he passed out, he was out. So That was good. But I will take a moment to do the typical YouTubery thing. Don't forget to smash the like button down there if you would, please. There's also links to the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Want to send me some cash, help me out with, buying the printer or putting wheel bearings, which is more important on my car. Feel free to send it to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, one of them. Get some wheel bearings going. Then on top of that, there is also the membership, super chats, all that fun stuff. You can do that if you want to support the channel. If you're lurking on here and have never seen this ugly mug before, my name's Dan. Obviously, I like 3D printing and tinkering and doing stuff. Been getting into mesh-tasticky things, so been doing some mesh-tastic, as well as I got some solo crypto mining going on right here. I've been kind of hiding this in the background, haven't talked about it, but using some ESP32s to solo mine on the off chance that I one day win the lottery of crypto and I happen to solve a block and get the 3.125 Bitcoin that are awarded to whoever solves the block, which would mean at the current rate, Bitcoin is at... what is Bitcoin currently at? $87,000. So I would get 3 of those, 3.125 of them, technically. So that's 240K, 250K. And then you figure sell 1, keep 2, and just watch the price fluctuate. And then as needed, sell off another one and hang on to one for, a while and hope for that huge... That tank since you last checked, yeah, it's dropped about 10K in the last week and a half. So last week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been that I started doing that, just because I knew I had these laying around and I had seen, the YouTube algorithm. It sends you randomness. I saw a video on turning these things into solo crypto miners. I said they're just sitting in a shell, or they were just sitting up here collecting dust. I was like, put them together. Yeah, usually crypto does ride that wave. I'm not trying to be a crypto advisor. I'm not telling anybody to spend money on crypto. Don't do that. But if you got devices laying around that can mine crypto and you can afford the extra power consumption and you don't mind, fire one up. I mean, these little guys here, there's really no chance I'll ever hit. It's very, very slim chance that I would ever hit on one of these. But if I actually did hit on one of these, the reward would be great. But the power usage for something this small, running for an entire 12 months, is only like $8 in power for the year, like $8, $9 for a year of power for this. So not a big deal. You're talking less than $1 a month to run it, even at $1 a month. And it's going. What board is that? Those are the ESP32. Hold on, I'll tell you. They got the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on them, guy. But if you got some laying around, I can link everybody how I set it up. I didn't actually make a content with it. I just did it because I know crypto is one of those sketchy things. People definitely, can get and do get burned on crypto all the time. So I'm not looking to be a crypto advisor. That's not me. But like I said, I did it just for the giggles of it. These are the ESP32 Dev Kit V1. So if you Amazon Dev Kit V1s, or if you have the Dev Kit V1s laying around, they're the little Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that fun stuff. And then there's a firmware you can flash to it, which I can post some links if anybody's actually interested. I can post some links. Give me just a second to try and remember. Where were we? Is this the Bitronix? Yeah, the Bitronix flash directly from the web. Yeah, let me grab this real quick here. Hold on. Copy. We'll paste this over here. That way when I share the screen to show you what it looks like, let me make sure this is the right one. Yep. Okay. This is the right one. Let me go back. So I have my Coinbase up so I can see if when I walk in, if I ever actually did hit. There you go. All right, give me a second to flip screens here real quick. This is this guy right here. So let me post it in chat for you guys. There you go. You go to this little flasher here. You select what you have. In this case, it's the Nerd Miner is what you would be looking under. So anybody who's doing this, if you have a BitX or NerdX or NerdQ, if you have any of these devices here, they do have a firmware for it, but for the Nerd Miner is where you would go for any of like the ESP dev boards and stuff. You click here, then it tells you to select your board type, and then here's the many different options. I have the dev kit, where is it? Right here. Dev kit V1 is the board that I have. So I click on that, and then you can tell it to keep your config if you're just upgrading the firmware, or if you are starting new, you don't have to check the box, just let it wipe the device. If you want to set up a custom access point so that you can get into it, otherwise you can just use the default, which is fine. Because once you set it up, you're going to connect it to your Wi-Fi in your home anyway. There's a login page you go to, and then you set it up that way. But then you would select your board, and then you select your firmware. Currently, version 1.8.3 is the current. I don't even know what version's on mine. I don't remember when I did it. It might be like the version 6.13 or 6.70. Might be, or sorry, the 1.70 or the 1.83. Might be either one. But then you click connect. You select your firmware. You click connect, and then you would look for your device in here. You may have to put it in DFU mode to get it to show up, which get on the find the manual for your device and do that, and then you just hit start flashing. It flashes, it's done. You wirelessly, so grab your cell phone, or if you have Wi-Fi on your computer, you can connect directly to it. Go to the IP address, log into the device, and then follow the prompts to set up your wireless network to it. Copy over. Like there's a guide on how to do that, and I'll have to find it. Give me just a second here to see if I can find the guide. Let me come back here. Getting started. Okay, let's go back. Let's look up Nerd Miner setup. Nerd Miner setup guide. All right, is this the one? Setting up LilyGo, setting up Nerd Miner the educational way. I'm looking to see, but the miner or the public pool that I'm in, because I do solo mining with that, the public pool that I say in, but it's basically just me on a public pool, is I use the it's web.public-pool.io, and then you log in there, you set it up, and then you'll have some address information that you copy into that setup page. Hope all is well. You have to run, but wanted to say hi. Tin Talent, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am doing, could always be better, but I figure let's just stream and hang out, talk about weird stuff that I'm doing these days, and anyone who's interested, ask questions and follow along. And by follow along, I mean just ask questions, and then I'll show you kind of what I've been doing. I'm trying to find the, well, here is like the start guide. You'll have to figure out, I'm not giving a direct tutorial because, like I said, crypto is one of those scary places people go. But this has the like log into the page, and then how to set up your Wi-Fi, and then the public pool stuff that you need to look for, and it has all kinds of info in there. So if you just keep scrolling down the page, you'll find what you're looking for. I will share the right screen real quick just to show you. You scroll down to where you see configuring NerdMiner, and that's where it tells you to connect to the SSID and the password. And then it tells you to open up the browser to the 192.168.4.1. Once you connect to that, then you'll have configure Wi-Fi, and you'll kind of follow the steps there. You'll set up your Wi-Fi connection, your password, and then the URL for your public pool. I'm using the public-pool.io, and then of course you got the port, and then you've got your Bitcoin wallet. So you would enter your Bitcoin wallet. So whatever Bitcoin wallet you want the funds sent to, if you hit, put that wallet in there. You can set your time zone, hit save. The unit should automatically reboot and come back up and then connect to your Wi-Fi. If it doesn't, I found that just power cycling it will, usually on the power cycle, it will come up and it will work. But you may have to wait an uncomfortably long time after you hit save for it to kind of disappear and then not show up as the same thing over and over again. So if you do run into that problem, power cycle it. When it comes back up, as long as you've named everything properly, and if you're using the public-pool, you can just log in. Give me a second here. I'll show you guys what the public pool interface looks like too, if anybody is interested. Bear in mind, my Bitcoin wallet is in there, so if you see my Bitcoin wallet and you want to send me some Bitcoins, feel free. I will take Bitcoin. But there you go. That is it is my public wallet ID, so I'm not worried. That is the public wallet, so you can copy that if you want to and send me Bitcoin directly to that wallet. I'll accept it. I won't say no. Bitcoin right now is as good as money, so I'll take it. Sit on it, ride the train. But here are the two dev kits that I currently have set up. I could have named both of them the same thing here for the name, this ESP32 dev kit 1 or dev K1, dev K2. Could have just named them all the same, put them under there, and then the session IDs would be different, or they would show up differently with session IDs. But there you go. That just kind of shows you in real time what your hash rate is. Very small, but and about the size, it'll get the job done. If it wins, if it wins, it wins. So that's what you're looking at. Is you try it. If you win, great. If not, the thing that got me started on this was the crappy yellow board, or the crappy yellow display, CYDs. People are selling those little miners that run on those. Oops. But they're selling miners for like 40, 50 bucks. And it's just a crappy yellow display running the ESP board with Wi-Fi, running a similar version of the NerdMiner software, but with a display, with graphics for the display. And I figured, you know, I was like, I saw those and I was like, that'd be kind of cool to have like sitting back here in the background. If I had a crappy yellow display, I could flash that to it, have it sitting back here, and then you guys could, you know, see if it's running. And then if you get an alert that tells you, hey, you hit on a coin. You can set these up to mine other stuff too, so you don't have to just mine, you know, Bitcoin. But I figure I'm just doing it for shits and giggles. By the way, Captain, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I figure I'm just doing it for shits and giggles, so not a big deal for me. If I ever actually hit on some Bitcoin, sweet. And if not, it's not hurting nothing. But like I said, I am not a financial guy. I am not a crypto guy. It's just something I had laying around. I figured let's just try it for fun and see what happens. So that's what we did. You blobbed the hot end, so new hot end ordered. So new hot end ordered. LOL. Well, Captain, if you ordered it from MicroSwiss, I hope you used either yours or my referral code, because even you can use your own referral code. But if you use my referral code, or my affiliate code, I will use your affiliate code. Just letting you know. If you help me, I help you, and we both win. But that's down the road, because I will be putting a Micro Swiss on here. And when number 3 shows up right there, I'll get another one for that one. Open Centauri is still a thing in my head, so this one will start with Open Centauri. This one will, this one's got the Micro Swiss on it. It works well. Might as well try Open Centauri next, right? I mean, Hector is going to be my guinea pig for stuff, and then we'll move that down to the other printers as we know Hector is going well. So since, again, Fabrico sent me this one and said, play with it, have fun with it, do whatever the hell you want, we don't care. So we put a Micro Swiss hot end on it. Micro Swiss sponsored that, so thank you, Micro Swiss. But they sponsored that, and Fabrico sponsored the printer, so thank you to both of them. If you want to buy one of these, Fabrico is always a good place to look. Just tell them Baker My Nexus sent you. But then I bought this one from them. Camera, stop it. I was pointing, not L-ing. But what you did was order one from Amazon and one from Micro Swiss with your code. Oh, with my code? Oh, well, thank you. Because you got, you forgot about your code. Well, Captain, thank you very much, good sir. Greatly appreciated. Don't forget, guys, I have affiliate links that randomly pop up over on the side over here, as well as in my link tree down below. So if you want to support me, if you're going to buy something from Sliceworks, Micro Swiss, or Rockland, which is a good place to get Meshtastic stuff. So if you want to get something from Rockland, Meshtastic-y things, LoRa radios, things like that, go over there, check it out, and the link should pop up at some point over here. And when it does, you can click the link, and if you buy something, it helps me out too. The Duender is alive. Well, kind of. Fighting with the CAN bus working. Ah, yes. CAN bus is, I don't know, CAN bus, and then like the what is it, the USB version of CAN. Those can be a bit tricky and a bit troublesome, but they are nice. They do make it nice when you get it working and you only have like, 1 to 4 cables going to the tool head. Does make it nice. Nighthawk from LDO. There you go. The Nighthawk board. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So, but no, like I said, I mean, if you buy anything, if you buy anything using my affiliate links, it costs you nothing more, and it gives me a little kickback. So you can still buy from those people, and it helps me out because I get a little kickback. Not much, usually 5 to 10%. In some cases, 15% of whatever you purchase. So, but in most cases, I only get like 5%. So 5% on $1 is 5 cents. So 5 cents for every $1 you spend comes to me. So get some more coffee in me. I'm just going to keep chugging on this thing, guys. For those who don't know or missed it or came in late, my mother-in-law sent me a Coleman full of coffee. So I've just been sitting out here drinking some coffee and relaxing with Doggo. He is passed out under the desk here where he always does. I have an old couch cushion thrown up underneath the desk here, and he just comes right in, curls right up on it, and just passes the hell out. Because when he's in the house with us, we have the 2 female pups, and the 2 female pups constantly want to play. He is 11 years old now, and he is, he's an old man. He doesn't have the energy that they do. So when they run him ragged, he looks for nice warm places to just pass out away from them, and under my desk is always a good one. So he's been hiding out here with me for the last 2 hours roughly. The last 34 minutes of streaming and the hour and a half that I was out here before that. I was sitting here and I'm like, I don't know how long I'll be out here, but let's fire up a stream. Might be the last one of the year. We'll just talk and actually kind of give some ideas, maybe talk about what I'm doing, what I've been working on, what I've been playing with outside of streams, so that you guys can kind of see that, Yes, I'm being a bum and enjoying my time off, but there are projects and things that I have been doing. So I'm still using 3D printers. Obviously, you know, I printed some cases for these, cases for this stuff. In the house, I've got two of the Heltech V4s um, running the Meshtastic firmware. This little guy right here is a rack wireless, the rack wireless starter kit that's got the modules on it, so you can actually install whatever you want onto this board. It has the ability to plug in like a GPS and some other stuff. You can even connect up an Ethernet to this and then plug it into your network and then have it send data through an MQTT. So you can set up an MQTT on a website, one of the ones that offers MQTT. And then as you receive messages in, you can forward those through the internet to another source and then have that rebroadcast out elsewhere. So just like a lot of the guys do with their scanners and stuff like that, they put it out on the internet. They just pull in the audio and then rebroadcast out to the internet. This could pull in text conversations into it over the LoRa Meshtastic network, and then broadcast that out to internet devices that are set up to connect, and then pull that in, and then even have another one on the other end set up to pull that data in and then rebroadcast it out somewhere else. So that's pretty cool that you can do a lot of that with this little guy right here. It does have a 3000 milliamp hour battery in there, as well as it's connected to a USB source for power. So it's pretty much pulling USB most all the time. It is currently in battery mode because I have it unplugged. So let's actually plug this back in real quick so it can continue to get power, and the battery won't die on me because we plug that back in. There we go. All right, and give it a minute. Yep, red light's on. It's charging the battery. There we go. Shouldn't have plugged it into PC. I know I should just get a cube and plug it into the wall, but I have to get another little power strip to put over here. The only thing that runs off that outlet right now is just the heater, and then one USB to this guy. So I get one of them little USB bricks that has two USB outs on it that I can plug them both in, and that small power draw from these two devices won't be enough with the heater to overload the circuit. So before anybody freaks out, one space heater plugged in to, again, for anybody who missed it, to 12 gauge wire, 20 amp outlet, 20 amp breaker. It is good. It is good. Because some people may not remember when I had soot everywhere, because thankfully the fire that started burnt itself out, but we did have a small fire over here. This box that you can see right here, the side of this is still warped and melted. There's still char marks up underneath the cabinet there. So thankfully nothing caught on fire other than the outlet. It burnt itself out and everyone was safe. However, I did walk in here and it stunk to high hell, because the plastic they use for those outlet covers, whatever that is, that stuff stinks to high hell when it burns, and it soots really bad. I walked into like a haze in here, and whatever it was not warm to the touch when I came in, so it had burnt itself out a while before I got home. So we learned a hard lesson that day. We have much right there. We have much 12 gauge wire right there. There's another 20 amp breaker or 20 amp outlet down there, another metal box, and another metal faceplate that's going to get surface mounted right back here where the printers are, and they'll have another dedicated 20 amp breaker, 12 gauge wire, 20 amp plug, metal box, metal faceplate. It'll be surface mounted right to the wall so that it's outside of the wall. That way that'll help if there were a overload situation, which shouldn't be the case. The breaker should pop, but obviously in my case the breaker did not pop. So, but lessons were learned, and we won't make that mistake again. 20 amp breakers, 12 gauge wire, 20 amp outlets. Safe across the board. Everything is 20-20-20 or 20-12-20. we're safe. But yeah, so we're going to put another outlet in when the weather gets a little nicer and I can get that side of the garage cleared out a little bit more. So get some of that garbage out. It's not garbage. It's just stuff that we've collected that no longer is necessary, but we haven't rehomed it to a dumpster. Because I don't think anybody's going to want a lot of that stuff. 3D Medic Vince, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying some coffee and some conversation with my friends. Just reminding everybody to smash the like button, you know. And yeah, other than that, 3D Medic Vince, we're just hanging out. I was talking about a couple things I've been doing lately, which is the Meshtastic stuff, playing around with some Meshtastic-y stuff and letting people know that I have since become a I'm a partner / affiliate for Rockland out of Florida. They sell a lot of this stuff, the Meshtastic radios, LoRa stuff, things like that. You can buy a bunch of the different variations of it from them guys directly. And I was able to have a nice conversation with one of the gentlemen that owns the company. We had a nice chat. He said, look, this is, we're a small company. We don't have a lot of overhead on these products that we sell. If you'd like to join our affiliate program, let people know. They can use your link, go to the site. You get a little kickback for it. That's probably the best we can do. From time to time, we could probably send you out some open box stuff that gets returned to us, that we'll house test and make sure that it's good. We're not going to send you bad stuff, but we'll house test some open box return things. You can show them off on your streams, test them out, do stuff with them, have fun with it. We may need you to send it back. We may end up, if it's something, maybe we'll let you keep it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway with it or something after you're done with it. Things like that. So there is a chance that these things could happen going into the future. I know that if anybody's looking to get into Meshtastic and you've got 30 to 40 bucks in your pocket, you can definitely get started. So if you got 30 to 40 bucks in your pocket and you want to tinker with something, consider using the affiliate link. If they ever show up in chat over here, if they don't show up in chat, click my Linktree and you'll find in my Linktree some affiliate links for those places, Sliceworks, MicroSwiss, all that. But if you're looking to get into it, click the Rockland link, go check out what they have. Currently, myself personally, I own 2 of the Heltec V4s and 1 of the rack wireless starter kits with the larger board. I don't recall which one exactly it is because there's 2 starter kits. Let me go to Rockland real quick here, and then let's jump back over here, kind of show you guys. If we go into at the top here, you'll see you've got Meshtastic, rack wireless, LilyGo. I know some people were saying they want to get into the LilyGo stuff. Some people were saying LilyGo is good. Some people saying it's bad. I don't know. I've never used any of the LilyGo stuff, so I can't tell you directly. But if you go and click on rack wireless here, first thing you see right up here, the WizBlock Meshtastic. It's the WizBlock Meshtastic starter kit, the US 915. The SKU number is 116016. $35. They have 1,014 of them in stock, ready to ship. My guess is if you ordered it today, it probably won't ship out till after the 1st of the year. They are a small warehouse in Florida. So it probably wouldn't ship out till after the 1st of the year, but it very well could ship out tomorrow or Wednesday, or tomorrow or today's Monday. So tomorrow or Wednesday, it could very well ship out. I don't know. But I've got one of these guys here, and then I put it in that 3D printed case that hangs up here. Tony G on printables. So if you check out Tony G on printables, he's got a lot of sweet models for a lot of these devices. But here is the mini Meshtastic starter that I was talking about, the 19003. So this one is the 19007, I believe is what it is. I believe it's the 19007 or the 19001. I forget exactly. But then this one is the Rack 19003, which is a smaller variant that just has a slot for the radio and a couple of header pins if you want to put those on there. But this guy, just to show you what I'm talking about, let me enlarge this real quick here. Let me embiggen it. So the radio itself is right here. And that snaps onto this guy right here and is screwed in. They usually come shipped with the board connected. But then you have these other little slim connectors. You have slot A, B. This slot up here just says 2 slot. But there are different add-ons that you can put on. This side here is solar, so you can plug a solar panel into it for charging and running, as well as this side is for your battery. You do have USB here, it's USB-C with a reset button, but there are a lot of header pins available to connect devices that way, as well as, like I said, you've got the whiz block here for bigger stuff and a couple of smaller little add-ons like, well, let's see here. Let's go take a look at what additional stuff they have for it. Package inclusion. Let's just go back one click here. There we go. Here is a GPS module that can snap onto it, connects to the WizBlock plug on the side there. Here is a environment sensor. Not exactly sure what that environment sensor is for. Here's temperature and humidity sensor, so you can add a temperature and humidity sensor to it, so that if you wanted to, basically tell it, hey, look, every hour send out temp data, and then it'll just broadcast that out to the mesh network. Anybody that's on that network can connect to it and see that. Or you can create your own channels within the mesh network. You can create your own encrypted channels to send that to, so you can send it to just your devices across that channel, and it won't basically kind of pollute the public open space, the public forum, as it were, the public chat room that everyone can talk in. So you can set that kind of stuff up and have it send to your other devices that are out and about. And you can take one of these and plug it in, put it outside your home, and it can measure temperature and humidity and those kinds of things. They do have some like motion sensors. You've got like complete units here with your WizMesh repeater, mini solar. So it's got a solar panel on it, as well as a battery, and the node says all-in-one. Let's click on it and see what parts are in it. You can kind of pick. So you've got the mount, and then you've got, like, if you need a pole mount or wall mount, there's a loop to hook, and then, so there's different options for mounting if you so want to. I'm trying to read more. The WizMesh repeater versus mini repeater. This is just telling you the difference between this guy and the other one. Package includes one WizMesh repeater mini pre-configured. So it comes pre-configured. It's basically plug it in and go. Got a USB-C cable, one blade antenna, and then the quick start guide. And then inside the package, you can see there's the mini, that mini one that I was showing you earlier. Doesn't have a lot of options. So this is just a repeater box. This wouldn't be anything more. It has a solar panel, would just act as a repeater. That'd be something you'd put up high, probably 100 feet, 100 foot plus if you can. And then it would just repeat your mesh network out, or your mesh out. And that's all it's doing, is picking up and passing along. It's not trying to be a part of the network more than just pick it up and pass it on. These guys right here, my one buddy had mentioned maybe checking one of these out. These guys are just like on carry on, or on body carry tag. You can hook it up to your backpack or whatever with a little piece of paracord or something. And then it's got pogo pins for powering it or for charging the battery. And it just has a battery in it, and there's no real like display or anything. It does have the power on, power off button, and then it has a user button here. But basically, this guy hangs off of you, connects to the Meshtastic app on your phone, and then you would just have this guy connect, on your person, and then you would use your phone and Bluetooth to connect to this, and then these guys just, pick up from other devices and let you know what's going on. So these are great for, like, if you're going out in the woods, you can have a unit on your car. Um, and then as long as you're in an area where there are more mesh nodes and your car can reach out to it, you can carry that, have that on your person and be out in the woods walking around. And as long as you don't stray too far from your car, that would still be able to at least hit your car and then push out farther. So if you were in an emergency situation, or if you and some friends are going out camping, you get like a 5-pack of these things, just wear these and throw them on your bags and go. And then as you move around, you'll be able to, using your phone through the Bluetooth, through the app, be able to talk to others. So if something did happen, you got lost or whatever the case may be, you don't have cell coverage, you would just have this as kind of like a fallback network to say, hey, I'm in trouble, come find me. So there is that. So it's all pretty cool stuff. If it's something you want to tinker in, feel free to use my link. Again, not required by any means, but it does help me out. Since I haven't really seen any of my links dropping in chat, let me grab my link. Is very hard to remember, guys. So let me drop this in there. Okay, and I got to make sure that I cover my butt. Let me put text in here first. Rockland half link. Down Under Maker, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I haven't caught many of your streams lately, but I am off till the 4th. Oh, I go back to work on the 5th. So all goes well. Hopefully I'll be able to catch a stream. Beta testing making me crazy. Ooh, what are you beta testing? Anything that I want to beta test too? Trust me. Like I said, now would have been a great time for a company to have sent me something to beta test, because like I said, I took from the 23rd to the 5th. Like I said, I returned back to work on the 5th. So through the holidays, the 24th, 25th, I was busy with family. And then again, probably, the 31st, that evening, we'll probably go out to my mother-in-law's. We usually do, but then my wife and I leave the kids there because they want to hang out with Noni, have fun. So probably leave the kids there, and then my wife and I will come home and be old people and probably be sleeping by New Year's, because we old. But if that happens and I'm not tired, maybe I'll stream into the new year and we can have a 3, 2, 1, kiss your spouse, and I'll have to run inside and kiss my wife and then run back out. And then as every time zone happens while we're streaming, I'll have to run back inside and kiss her again and come back out, because you should always kiss your spouse into the new year, Viking, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Hey, man, my for some reason tonight, the Stream Elements links are not dropping, but I do have one in there now for Tinker Atlas, so people can check it out. So if they wanted to, they could go check out Tinker Atlas. I think everybody that's here tonight is already familiar with Tinker Atlas, but if not, let's check out Tinker Atlas. Let's pull a page out of Jerry's book and let me show you guys Tinker Atlas, because Tinker Atlas is fun, and we've already been showing a bunch of other stuff. If anybody's interested in knowing, I still have 0 commissions and 19 referrals at Rockland, so no commissions yet. So that's okay, though. Like I said, links out there if anybody wants to use it. But here we go, back to the right screen. There we go, Tinker Atlas. That's what it is. That's what they do. It is a place for tinkerers to go and meet other like-minded tinkerers without all the pollution of the other social media sites that are out there, and all the crazy, you come here to just find other tinkerers and what they're doing, and then also talk to other tinkerers and find tinkerers in your area. There's this lovely little map over here. You can set your location, and then people can find other tinkerers within the map. As you can see, the United States is kicking butt here. We've got quite a few people in the United States that are on the map. When you look at it, I mean, there's 107 people in this general bubble, 18 people in this general bubble, and 31 over here. So anyone overseas that has not joined Tinker Atlas, I mean, you guys are slacking. I say this in the nicest way possible as a way to kind of like push you to join if you are overseas and have not. The U.S. is kicking your ass. So take that as you will, but just know that I say this in playful funniness. We here in the U.S. are better than you when it comes to Tinker Atlas. So, nana nana boo boo, we're better than you. Ha. You're still the only West Aussie when you check it. Yeah, I'm sure you are down under. Let's take a look. Australia, there says there's 4 down there, but as you move in, there's 2. And let's move in a little more and see if that jumps. It says there's 2. It says there's 2. I'm not going to go all the way in, but it is saying there's 2 at the moment. Ooh, Viking. Something you could do, a thought. When they hover, like when you hover, if you could do like a bubble that pops up when you do a hover over, that maybe says who the users are in that general area. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to have that when it's like all the way out and you're talking like 125. You don't want to hover over, but like maybe a if statement that says that like if less than 5 users pop up this bubble showing the 5 users. That'd be kind of cool. Try clicking it. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Click. Oh, it's moving in. I don't want to go too crazy and like move in, but like when you move in all the way, I don't want to go crazy in and like potentially out people. But yeah. Let's see. Go here. Click, click, click. Keeps clicking in. Keeps clicking in. Keeps clicking in. Keeps clicking in. There's 4 here. Oh, I do know that this does not have my exact address. So there you go. When you get to a gray bubble, it will tell you. And then, yeah. So there you go. You got to click in on the gray bubble, but you know, that's pretty sweet. I like that. I do like that it'll tell you who's the bubble. And you don't have to go crazy far in. So once it gets to the gray bubble, you're not actually outing anyone. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, publicly, I don't want to out them. If people go to the site and find the info, that's for them to do. Hey, there we go. Look, Rockland finally popped up in my stream elements. So we got enough chat activity that stream elements did pop up at least the Rockland one. Maybe the Tinker Atlas one will be soon to follow. But go to home. There we go. Let's view my profile, I think is fine. Yeah, we can view my profile. For anybody who doesn't know, look at that. Tinker Atlas Plus and founding supporter. Thank you, brother, for all that. I try my best. Can't always financially support you, but I will put it out there on the streams for people to see and maybe those who later watch, you know. But look at that. I'm able to put my Maker My Nexus banner up there, Maker My Nexus, and then the MMN logo right there. It is cutting off the fact that I did have Maker My Nexus one there. I should have just used the regular MMN, and I probably will change this to just the MMN without the Maker My Nexus underneath, considering it says it here, 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 here. You know, I got it all over the place. But here's like when you click on your profile, it shows you the stuff that you've posted. It's been a month since I posted anything. Probably should get to posting, huh? Hey, look, there you go. Now stuff is finally showing up in there. Look at that. We've got the Tinker Atlas one. Let me double check the link. Go to the site. Oh, did I type it wrong? Tinker. Oh, I put Altas. Whoops. Gotta fix that. Sorry, Viking. Let me fix that. Go back here for a minute. I typed it incorrectly. Let me get back into Stream Elements and fix that real quick. Stream Elements. If anybody's wondering why I'm staring so high, I put a monitor on top of my tower, which is right behind this monitor here. So, yeah. Chris Travis, good to see you, my man. Hope you are doing well. Let's see here. Chat bot, timers, and Tinker Atlas. Let's fix the actual. I don't know why the hell I put Altas. Atlas. There we go. Save it. I do need to set up some actual, like, you know, is it under module, not modules, timers, chat commands. I need to make some custom chat commands for everything so that this way I could just do, like, you know, hashtag Tinker Atlas or whatever and have it go there. Doing okay. Both legs are sore from putting together the new smoker Saturday. Ooh, sucker was 200 pounds. Hell yeah, brother. So anyway, the link should be fixed now. The next time the timer rolls around, it should go to the right place. You got some plans for streamers? That'll be cool. Viking, we definitely can make time to chat, brother. You know that. I will hop into your Discord afterwards and we can chat. Unless it's like privatey stuff, then we'll not do that. I'm actually not going to be streaming for much longer. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I figured give it an hour stream, hang out with you guys, and then I'll hop into a Discord and we'll chat. And whenever whenever I'm done with, you know, whatever I'm, you know, whenever we're done chatting, I'll probably take me and Doggo and head back in the house. He is out. He doesn't even respond when I say Doggo. Usually he'll look up. If I say Chewbacca, he will look at me, but right now he is passed the hell out. Yep, his chest is still moving, so he is still with us. Plans. Yes, plans are always awesome. So, yeah. You'll be hopping off to work on your daughter's PC. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Is it PC problems or building a new PC for her? What's she doing? Adding some upgrades? What do we got going on there, Mr. Travis? I should probably quit pounding the coffee. It's making me have to pee really bad, so I might have to run in the house and go pee first before I jump in, Viking. He. Plans. Yes. It's all about the plans. Shh. Plans. But one thing I'm looking at is, you know, like I said, the whole like crypto mining thing. So I'm not that I'm bragging or telling you guys to do anything, but like this guy's been sitting around, so I'm going to try and look into a way to turn this into one of those, like, maybe turn this into one of those like little devices. It's just been sitting here collecting dust. I should probably put it on something. Maybe we'll get our hands on a kit for a one of the deltas, the little deltas, you know. We can slap this bad boy on it instead. But if not, maybe we can find a way to just let it kind of sit back here and mine some crypto. Look, it's like Streamception. You can see me holding this up in the reflection. Not a new PC, but new to me. Ah, I see. Picked up micro PC and just picked up some 16 gigs of RAM for it. Man, I hope you didn't have to take out a second mortgage on your home for that RAM with the prices these days. Holy crap. Installing the modified Windows 11 on it for her. Okay, so you're doing the probably like Tiny 11 or like the roofest version of 11 so that you can bypass some of the crap that Windows 11 makes you get through. I just recently did that on a PC that a staff member at the school bought. So yeah, still don't see a happy turtle lettuce feeder. Oh, you do. It's right there. I kind of got to get a printer to put that on because I haven't installed Open Centauri on this yet to try and connect it to this, but at some point we'll install Open Centauri and then see if there is a way to make that work with this. But being it used older hardware to make the printer to cut a bunch of cost and be able to come in so cheap, I don't know that this will be able to do it, but we will definitely try once we install Open Centauri on it. We'll see what'll happen. That'll be a do the build out of this and then see if we can connect it to that and then see what happens. You run the unattended install and remove all the bloatware and telemetry. Yeah. Rufus is nice. Click Rufus, Windows 11 OS, ISO, and then just uncheck the some of the Windows 11 checks that are in place on startup and let it just install. I have some tech that will run Windows 11 just fine, but because it doesn't pass that stupid TPM2, it doesn't want to install, but whatever. You have two of them in boxes, in pieces. The Happy Turtles. Yeah, well, this one I traded to Havoc. For those of you guys who remember the Pandora's box, I traded Havoc for that, and then he made a small donation to, I believe it was Maker Viking. I believe it was to you. I could be wrong. I don't remember who. I think it was Maker Viking. I could be wrong though. I don't remember Havoc who you sent that to. Who we agreed that you send that to them, and I'll and then that guy in. But yeah, so yeah, you were able to get Tiny 11 running on the Acer Chromebook. Not very well, but it does run. Nice. Oh, Viking, a while back, a long while back. I can't remember. Pandora's box is the same place. Yeah. It was a while back when I traded Havoc. I think it's been, what, 3-4 months now? So it's been a while. I can't remember if he sent that to you, Viking, or who it was that was having a hard time that I wanted to help out. And Havoc was like, hey, what about this? And I was like, hey, sounds like a great plan. It might have been, I don't remember now. I really don't remember who was the lucky recipient of that. I do apologize if it wasn't you, Viking, a while ago, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Michael Cassell, how you doing? How you feeling? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. All right, Viking. Well, I'm sorry, brother. I don't remember. It was a while ago, and my sometimers kicks in, and certain things don't stick in my brain. So, apologies if it wasn't you, good sir. It was the actor guy. Oh, Marcel. That's right. It was Marcel. That's right. Marcel was in a bad spot. Marcel was not working and was needing some funds to help get his rent covered because his unemployment money had run out. And yeah, that's right. Poor Marcel. He's a good dude though. He's getting back on his feet. So that is awesome. Doing okay, just sore. Yeah, well, brother, you need to rest up, man. You had some scary shit happen, so you need to rest up as much as you can. Don't forget to nap often if need be. I don't know what anybody else is telling you, but I'm telling you, nap often if need be. Man, the ticker is not something to joke around about. Ticker it's an important thing, So. I just don't know. One thing I just happen to have it up on the screen here, the public pool thing. I don't know if it'll ever tell me that I hit. I think it won't, and then I'll have to, still look at my my Coinbase. Why do I have public pool up there twice? Coinbase dashboard. Leave that up. If anybody's got any crypto in their Coinbase and they want to send it to me, let me know. Tell you how to send me crypto on Coinbase because I'll take your cryptos. All them cryptos is worth some money to someone. Yeah. Been sleeping probably too much. Yeah, well, don't forget you got to find that happy balance, man. You got to be active. You got to build the ticker back up. You got to build it up, but don't overdo it and stress the ticker. That's not what you want to do. You don't have any crypto left. Yeah, I know, Viking. You said you were a bit of a miner back in the day. You used to heat your apartment with your mining. Start PT on the 2nd. Well, good, good. Whatever they recommend, do that, and don't skimp on it, brother. Sometimes it sucks, but do what PT tells you to. My father-in-law may not be listening to the PT very well when it comes to having his knee replacement. So he may be needing to get up and use his knee a little more frequently than he does, and he hasn't been. So it might be kicking him in the booty for not listening. Yep. Now we heat with our printers. Midwinter and the windows are open and over 30°C inside your apartment. Yep. Yeah. I right now, like I said, I mean, if people wanted to start, send in crypto, I could link some stuff in there to kind of help out that way. If people wanted to send crypto instead of like cold hard currency, because maybe they got some crypto and they're like, hey, I want to send it to Dan. I could link some wallets. Maybe I'll do a Linktree. I do a Linktree for just crypto stuff, and you can like, I can just link from one to the other and be like, if you want to send crypto, then it'll have like some wallets that people can send some crypto. Figure I'll give you guys a nice close up of this face for a moment, with the haircut that nobody noticed because I haven't streamed all that much, and then the trimmed up face too. I got this cleaned up. Had her trim this so that it wasn't so puffed out, because once she did this, I was like, leave it, it'll be fine. I'll let it grow scruffy. But then once she did that, this was all like puffed out. I look like an upside down mushroom. I was like, yeah, nah, why don't you go ahead and clean it up? So she cleaned up the sides for me here, trimmed it or blended it down, and then left this part long. So when I get out of line, the missus can be like, get over here. And, you know, 15 cents of ETH last year. It's funny as hell. They probably paid more in fuel or transaction. Yeah, they paid more in the transaction fees. Yep. Yeah, because now you're stuck with 15 cents in ETH that you can't do anything with. Or Ethereum. Yeah, you got like 15 cents worth of Ethereum you can't move unless you put like $2 worth of Ethereum in there, I think. However, if more people want to send you Ethereum, it could be beneficial to you. Just putting that out there. So if anybody's got some Ethereum laying around, you want to send it to Cap, send it to Captain. There's the Micro Swiss one. There's the Rockland one. So they're popping up finally. So there we go. Sliceworks is there. Yep. Let's see if we get lucky and the Tinker Atlas one will pop up. I think I got it set for like 12 or 13 comments in chat. So hopefully it'll roll back around here and we'll be able to see that before I end the stream, You have $3,000 in Ethereum. Last you looked at in June. Nice. Nice, brother. That's awesome. I don't usually play around in the Ethereum game because the fuel charges or the gas charge or whatever the hell they call that for playing around in Ethereum. Oof, it's expensive to buy, sell, and trade Ethereum. They definitely get their hooks in you with all the different crap they charge you for there. But some people use it. I had thought about getting into the Solana game and then creating like a MMN coin or a Make My Nexus coin and just doing it as a for fun shits and giggles kind of a thing, not a rug pull, but just to have them. And if people wanted to buy one just for shits and giggles, they could buy one. And not that I'd make a buttload of money off of something like that, because you don't. Unless you do a rug pull and you hype it up till there's no tomorrow and everybody jumps in real quick and then you just sell and dip. But I'm not in the game for rug pulls and screwing you guys over, because I said it once, I'll say it a million times. As a guy who lives paycheck to paycheck, I understand the we don't have extra money to spend on stupid shit. So if you can spend it on this stupid shithead, please feel free to send it. Links are down below to Linktree, Cash App, or to Linktree, where Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. They're also linked in the description. I realized that I did have them in there too. So if you want to want to spend money on this shithead, feel free to do so. If not, you can always, gift some memberships, helps people out. My membership count is very low, but I do have several people that are in the double digit club, so that's pretty sweet. Yep. Made it selling game accounts. You level up. Won't say all good, Captain. Anybody who knows you might be able to figure that part out. But yeah, I don't blame you. Hey, the almighty get your bag, baby. If you got a way, get it there. Do it to it. You know, ah, all good, brother, all good. Like I said, get your bag. If you can get it, get it. Just don't do it the you know, extremely crooked way of scamming elderly folks out of, their life savings, because that kind of shit pisses me off. And, I need to do a little bit more with the protect the elderly. I have a family friend that's close with a couple of churches. I'm gonna get with her here after the new year. I talked to her just before Christmas, and we talked about after the new year, uh, having a conversation about what I'm trying to do, and if maybe um, the churches that she is affiliated with would be willing to allow me to come and kind of explain to people, mostly the elderly, but anyone who is not very tech savvy, some things to look for, things to watch out for, and ways to better protect themselves. Yeah, uh, yeah, that's the big thing. Is making sure that elderly understand certain things about crypto. Like, any legitimate debt collector will never ask you to pay in crypto coin of any kind, or in any kind of gift card or gift certificate. They will want you to pay with cash, check, or charge. And if they tell you to go buy a debit card and to um, like one of those prepaid debit cards and then pay that way, they're full of shit. Um, any debt collector that is trying to contact you for a debt, first off, they need to send you a letter uh, that states what the debt is, how much the debt is for, and then uh, the several different payment options that are legitimate through them. So if you're getting phone calls saying that you owe a debt, unless you've received something in the mail stating that it is a legitimate debt, phone calls are nothing more than threats of nothingness. They don't mean shit. Any true debt collector will send you a letter to your home that does state that you have to, these are the ways to pay this debt, along with uh, an actual mailing address and a phone number. And another thing you can do to protect yourself, for those of you who maybe don't know, I will share this with you as well. Um, Google the phone number that is contacting you. Any reputable business, their phone number is linked to their business. So when you contact, or they contact you or reach out to you from a phone number, and you Google it and it comes up and it says like robokiller.com, and it's talking about these robo scams, those are not legitimate debt collectors. Those are just people trying to scam you. If it comes back to the legitimate business that you have a debt with, it will say that. So that is another way to protect yourself, or another way of protecting yourself. There might be some circumstances where maybe the number is not connected to that business in some way. Maybe it's not a publicly known number that they're calling you from. However, you can always, if they claim to be with a company, you can contact that company and tell them, hey, I received a call from this individual. Is this true? And they can verify for you, or they should be able to verify for you that that was the person from their company contacting you. And if they say, we have no debt with you, or we see no debt with you, um, then you know that it's a scam, and you can add it to your block call list. Um, Another big scam that was going around, or is still going around, is a lot of banks have had their data leaked. Um, Believe it or not, banks are not like 100% safe from this crap. Former bank that I was with had had their data leaked, and it was at a time when I had an account with that bank. I don't anymore, but that bank had their data leaked, and of course, I receive phone calls to this day telling me that my debit card was used for a big purchase, and they're calling to verify who I am and the that I did or did not make the purchase. And I remind them kindly that I do not have an account with that bank. I will never open an account with that bank again. Um, and we go through probably 5 minutes of them trying to convince me that I have an account with that bank, and then I let them know that I have called the bank and verified that there are no open accounts in my name at that bank, and the bank reassures me that there again are no open accounts in my name at that bank. So then I can tell the debt, those, not debt, but the scammers, I can remind them that I just called the bank this long ago and the accounts have still been closed since this date many, many years ago, um, after the data leak that the scammers have gotten the information from, and that maybe they should try to figure out a way to update their records or maybe quit their job because they're dumb. Because I tell them every time, I don't have an account. You would think that they would update their list so they know to quit calling me, so that I'll quit calling the bank and telling them, hey, the scammers are still out there. They're still doing their thing. Let your security know, your IT security guys know that the scam is still going on, and maybe put out a public notice that if you receive a call from someone at our bank, to hang up immediately and call the bank back so that you can verify with the bank that they were legitimate. Started getting texts about 3 weeks ago. Yep, 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 yep. So, I mean, I may not know everything, but I try to know enough to help safeguard people. And that is one thing that I am more than happy to explain to everyone is I don't know every scam that is out there. I really don't. They're coming up with new ones every day. So I don't know every scam that is out there, but as I learn of these scams, I want to share that information with as many people as possible. Um, I need to get a little better about using the Protect the Elderly YouTube channel. I need to get better about putting together a little like sit down here, turn this on, explain it, maybe even have some documentation up to show people. Um, I do have a slide presentation that I was putting together. I want to update it, make it a little cleaner, a little nicer. And then I'll probably do a voiceover over the slides and then upload that video so that if anybody maybe wanted to use that as a tool to kind of help them, themselves or maybe family members, they could pass that along. We'd have a nice little slideshow presentation that they could show to their family, maybe a nice 5-10 minute video that just goes over some of the basic scams that are out there, questions that may be asked, things like that. And then I'll just have me sitting here, probably just doing a voiceover. I probably wouldn't even have the camera up. I would just have the slideshow, me recording a voiceover, and then putting it together in video form, and then uploading that to YouTube. So I'm going to try and get something like that put together. I've got a couple more days off, so maybe one of these days I'll probably come out here where it's quieter and do that, and then get that video up on the Protect the Elderly YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/@protecttheelderly, that's me. I'm also in the process of moving that account off of my personal account and trying to get it moved over to its own entity, so it's its own thing. I have learned something for those who don't know. If you have a YouTube branded account, you are not allowed with the branded account to gift memberships. So to those of you who are able to gift memberships, I am not, because the MakerMind Nexus account is currently linked to a personal account as a branded account. So to get away from that, I have to move the MakerMind Nexus account and the Protect the Elderly account over to another individual account. And then once those 7 days or whatever it takes to do that, move ownership over. Once that's done, then you're able to tell it You have to go through some hoops with YouTube to um, make that your primary account for that account you moved it to. So, yeah. Ordered some stuff to learn or help learn how to hack your home network and maybe learn how to build up your, better defense in your home network. Yeah, good job. Good job, C. Travis, Mr. Chris Travis. Mr. C. Tunes, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I hope all is going well. We're just talking about all kinds of shit tonight. We talked about these guys right here and their ability to solo mine Bitcoin. And by solo mine, I mean probably a cold day in hell when these will actually get and solve a block. But if I actually do hit and solve a block with one of these little devices right here, I would have 3.125 Bitcoin moved into my wallet. And then at the current price, I would sell 1 Bitcoin, keep the other 2 and just ride the market with those, but sell 1. And then I would take the sale of the 1, use that to buy a better car for myself, probably pay off my house because I owe less than 87,153.39 currently. So I owe less than the 87,000. So I would probably sell 1, pay off my house, buy myself a used car, buy my daughters each a used car, and then probably repair my fence in my backyard. And then after that, I would again have 2 Bitcoins to just kind of ride out for a while, see how they go, see what happens, and kind of go from there. And buy all of you Core 1s or Core 1Ls, huh? That I would say that would be great, Captain, but I have family to worry about first. You guys know that. Not that you guys are not family, you are my extended family, but my immediate family needs to be taken care of first. And if I can get rid of my mortgage, that would take a large load off my plate. And then again, for anybody who missed it earlier, who just coming in now, or maybe didn't catch the last stream, the other day coming home from work, one of the wheel bearings on the front of my car went out. I was able to at least drive it the mile home from where it went out and get it in my driveway. So I have a wheel bearing that needs to be replaced. So if you're going to do 1, you do 2. That's about 150, 160 bucks. And then, so I need to get that done. But again, payday doesn't happen until the 5th. And I have to go back to work on the 5th. So we have to figure out how the hell I'm going to get to and from work when my wife also has many things to do, running around, kids to school, things like that, parents to run around, all that kind of stuff that she needs to do throughout the week. And with us having currently back down to 1 vehicle because I'm not driving it with a bad wheel bearing, because the last thing I want to do is be driving down the road, that wheel bearing that's already shot goes completely out, and then worse things could happen, like like the wheel, the drive shaft could separate at the knuckle, and then the whole tire just comes right off the car, and then I'm now stranded on the side of the road and then have to pay to get my car towed, which will be more than the cost of the wheel bearings. It doesn't make sense to do that. So if anybody would like to help me acquire the wheel bearings, I have till the 5th that I have to have it done by. But if anybody wants to help me with the wheel bearings, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, links are down in the description, as well as in my Linktree, which is also down in the description. Feel free to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo me 150, 200 bucks and put in there for wheel bearings. I will be more than happy while we sit here on stream to go purchase the wheel bearings and then know that they're coming and know that your money went to the wheel bearings. So if you want to help with that, feel free to do so. That way I can at least get those hopefully replaced before I have to return to work. I don't know, with it being the first of the year coming up and whatnot, I may have to borrow a car from a family member for a day or two if it doesn't work out. Otherwise, come the 5th when payday hits, instead of paying this bill, I'll buy wheel bearings and then get those replaced. And then hopefully I can push said bill, whatever it'll be, whichever one we pick to skip, push that off till the 20th when I get paid again. So there's always that. But let me take a peek, see here, make sure that nobody did try. Okay, Missed calls from my wife. I already talked, not missed calls, but accepted calls from my wife. All right. Unable to process my payment for my internet. Yes, I know. The 5th is coming up. Jay sent me an email. Jace is probably lurking in chat somewhere or playing with his new Centauri Carbon. I guess he ordered a Centauri Carbon. For those who don't remember, or those of you who remember JC Prince that used to come in here and hang out, he messaged me to let me know, or he sent a comment on one of the videos letting me know that he is joining the Centauri Carbon family thanks to his grandfather's donation. Grandpa gifted him one. You blow up an old 4.3 in your truck, smoking your wallet, installing the 5.7. Jeez. Nice. By the way, I did see you built over bot. What'd you say? Sharks take care of your family first. As if you're worrying about your family, you cannot help anyone. Exactly, built over bot. What Captain Kern said. Absolutely. Yes. So, like I said, if I ever do hit the lucky Bitcoin lottery and I get 3.125 Bitcoin, we may sell 1 Bitcoin, do all the things to the house. Like I said, I got to put up a new fence around back, get a couple used vehicles, probably in the $5,000 to $10,000 range for me, and then for my daughters. I have 2 daughters driving that don't have cars, so I'd get them each a used vehicle for them to drive. I'd get the junk vehicles out of my driveway. We'd all have a decent little something to putt around in, and probably pay, like I said, either pay off the house or pay down the house so much that the remaining balance would not be, would not hurt me much. Because even if I paid the house down to say there was like 10 grand left on the house, I put 30,000 on the mortgage, and so it would be nice. I would have to do, I would do something like that just so I know the house is paid down, the fence is replaced, the cars are not a problem for us to worry about. I'm not gonna lie, I may sell another half a Bitcoin to put a new roof on my house. And by new roof, I mean rip the entire roof off completely and put all new rafters and wood insulation, everything up above, because I do have some spots in my roof that are a little droopy. So I would almost consider just ripping the entire thing off and redoing it, because my entire upstairs is a giant open space. So we need to go from 2x4s back in the good old days when 2x4s were 2x4s to probably 2x10s or 2x12s, so they can help support some of that weight, and then probably throw a metal roof on the house. So I would like to do a metal roof that I don't have to worry about for pretty much the remainder of my existence. So that would be nice. Yes, it would, built over bot. It definitely would. If I could pay off the house, that would definitely be the thing. So maybe I would sell 2 Bitcoin and sit on 1. That way I could definitely pay off the house, put a new roof on the house, buy 2 or 3 a decent used car for me, and then 2 fairly decent used cars for the daughters to drive, something that is reliable, something, like I said, probably 5 to 10 grand a piece for those. That way I know my daughters will be safe. I want to make sure the kids are safe and they have reliable transport. So but get them each a vehicle, and then, like I said, my back fence needs to be replaced. I'd probably put one of those PVC or plastic fences up right now, because the wood fence that's back there's a bunch of pieces that are all like hanging over and whatnot. So 1976 Caddy, totally safe for them. Yeah, I mean, they can drive it through a brick wall and come out the other side and just continue on their way. I mean it's the equivalent of a Sherman tank, for crying out loud. I mean, just drive it through the brick wall and keep on keeping on. Just saying. Land yacht. But yeah, they're definitely a beastly vehicle. It would be nice, but I don't think my daughters would appreciate something so large and sway. Let me take a peek see here real quick. Where are we at? That, click there. Slowly but surely, if anybody cares, my credit score is starting to come back up finally. Let's just say I'm below 600 for anybody who gives a rat's ass. So you don't want to steal my credit. You definitely don't want to try and steal my identity. My credit score is yeah, crossed all three. Crossed all three, I'm below 600. Not even like below 600 on one. Crossed all three, I'm below 600. So don't try to steal my credits or my identity. You're not worth it for you. Exactly, Captain. That would be a good way to look at it. Yes. It's not a land yacht, it's a land battleship. Yes, yes it is. Yes, it is. Granted, you're only going to get like, 6 to 8 miles to the gallon or 6 to 10 miles to the gallon, but yeah, I mean, when you can drive it through most modern vehicles and, you're like, did I hit a speed bump? Good stuff. Jack in the shop, what's going on? You missed a bunch. We talked about a lot of things. Not a joke. We did. We talked about a lot of things. But right now we're just talking about if I was to actually like hit on a block on the blockchain, not that I'm telling anybody to do it, but like these little guys right here, they're little solo miners. It's an ESP, the ESP Dev Kit V1. It's a little Wi-Fi guy. It just hangs out here. It's running the like the Nerd Miner, and it's solo mining. Not that I'll ever get a block, but if I ever got a block on the chain, the reward is 3.125 Bitcoin. And we're just talking hypothetically, if I was to ever get the 3.125 Bitcoin, what I would do. Originally, I said I would sell one and sit on the other two, but realistically, I would probably sell two and then pay off my house, repair the fence out back. I need to not repair. I would rip out and put in a whole new fence on my house. Rip the roof off my house and put a whole new roof on, like rip it all the way down to a flat top and then repitch the roof. All new lumber all the way across, a nice metal roof on top that would last longer than what I've got left in existence. And then I would buy myself and my two daughters some more reliable transportation, because I currently have a car that needs two wheel bearings. One for sure, I'm going to replace them both just to be safe, the two front wheel bearings. I had one go out on me the other day coming home from work, and it's just been sitting in the driveway since. And I don't have the funds to replace that. So if you're feeling generous, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, links down there. The wheel bearings are like 50, 60 bucks a piece for the wheel bearings. And then, of course, shipping and tax through Rock Auto, because buy anything in Illinois online, you have to pay taxes. So shipping and taxes, that's like 60 is 120 bucks plus shipping and taxes. So like I said, 150, 200 bucks if somebody wanted to send it my way. That would definitely help to, get those replaced. And I did say, if anybody wants to send me the monies through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo while I'm streaming, I'll order the parts while I'm streaming. So I ordered the parts and that the money went to what I told you it was going to go to. So you don't think I'm pulling someone's leg. I mean, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. So if somebody says pull the third leg, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I did look around Built Overbot, and sadly, a lot of what I was looking at, I mean, I haven't price checked a lot of other like auto parts sites. I did look at like Advanced Auto, or Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's, and Napa, and the orange one, AutoZone. I did look at those, and they're all charging like 75 to 100 bucks a piece for the lower end wheel bearings. So yeah, Rock Auto was definitely my cheapest option around me. I mean, if somebody wanted to send more, I'd just run to one of the stores and buy them. And then I would have them, today, tomorrow type thing. But I don't see the point in that when for like 150, less than 200 bucks, I can get them versus 200 bucks just for them, But But I mean, if somebody sent me the money and said, just pick them up locally, I'll go get them locally. My thought is I have a little extra money to, like, I have a buddy who has a garage with a lift and all that fun stuff, and he does mechanics work. I would be like, what would you charge me to do this? And then I could give him some of the leftover monies to pay for that. And then on the 5th, when I get paid, I could give him whatever else I owe him for putting those on there. You know, I do not have any like pull and pay or pick and pull or anything like that around me, Vince. No, closest one's like an hour and a half, hour 45 drive. And I don't know what they would charge me for that, but if it's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they would charge. And on a 2011 Volkswagen Jetta, unless I could see that they were fairly new and recently replaced, I wouldn't necessarily want to buy, you know, from a 2011 Volkswagen Jetta, you're talking, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. You know, sitting in the junkyard, open to the elements and things like that. I don't necessarily think I would trust that kind of stuff. Not saying anything bad about it. I have bought from like pick and pulls before. I've had to drive the hour and a half, hour 45 to buy stuff from pick and pull. So not saying much. It's a 2011 Volkswagen Jetta. So if anybody wants to look it up, it's 2011 Volkswagen Jetta. It is the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder. So if you want to go look it up and drop some links, feel free to do so. I will definitely check that out. And if you already know my address and you just want to buy them and send them to me, feel free to do that too. I mean, I won't say no I won't say no to gifts. So if anybody wants to just outright do it, go ahead. DM me on any of the socials and say, hey, I'm just going to buy them and send them to you. That's fine too. I'll tell you where to ship them. I don't care as long as I can get them and get that done. Like I said, I would like to get that done. If I have to do it myself in the driveway in this cold ass weather, I will crawl my old ass around in the gravel. But if my buddy's got some lift space available and he's got some time and is willing to take an IOU, then so be it. What is this eBay link? Captain, you went and looked on eBay? 4 front. Why would you need 4 front? 4 front wheel bearing hubs for a Volkswagen Jetta, $84. Front wheel bearing assembly, Volkswagen Jetta, $31.24. There you go. That's not bad. $118 for a pair. That's not terrible either. A lot of the prices seem pretty fair. I mean, there's $50 for a set of 2. The only problem I find with a lot of the eBay stuff, and this is not a jab, but the only thing I find with these eBay ones is like the cheaper ones tend to be the cheaper bearings. So, you know. Oh, is it 2 front and 2 rear? Because I was looking at it and it said, oh, front, rear. Okay, so that's all 4 for $84. I mean, I don't know the quality of the bearing in it. But realistically, I mean, the car's got 307,000 miles on it. I don't want to put a shitload of money into it. It is the 4-door sedan, 4-door base sedan, I believe. And it does have, nope, it's not the base sedan then. If that's what's coming up, it's definitely not the base sedan. So it must be, oh, SLE 4-door, 2.5. There we go. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Oh, let's just show me results. Will that fit? Fit your, yep, this item fits. So there you go. It is the SLE. Everybody needs it. So yeah, $84.59 or $84.58 is what it says with this seller. Like I said, I don't necessarily know the overall quality, but it is all 4 bearings, the 2 front and the 2 rear. So that would replace all 4 bearings for less than $100. I'm sure that shipping it's probably not free shipping. Oh, nope, free standard shipping. Okay. Estimated between the 31st and the 5th. It would be here between, the 31st and the 5th when I have to be back at work. So like I said, if I had to borrow a vehicle for a day or two, so be it. So there you go. $100 in your pocket. Want to help me out? Let me just click buy now just for shits and giggles. And oh, I got to sign into my eBay account. Hold on. Right click, copy, go to this browser, paste and go. Am I signed in? Yes, I am. All right. Scroll down to buy now. Let's just see if they ding anything else in there. Yep, there is a tax of $5.29. 89.87. So 89.87 would be the total. Got $90 hanging around, burning a hole in your pocket. Want to help me get some wheel bearings? I'll buy them off eBay right now. Feel free to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo me. I'll get a little doopy doop over here, and then we'll add the card and purchase over there. Yes, we will. However, I do need to freeze my camera. We'll hang out for a little while yet, but I do have to pee, guys. So I'm going to pause the camera so it quits moving, and then I'm going to mute the microphone, run inside and go pee, and then I'll come back. Wish you did. You're living off credit or credit cards at this time or till the 1st. I understand, man. I understand. Vince, it is $89.87 on eBay for all 4 wheel bearings. Like I said, they're probably not going to be a quality bearing, but it's under $100. So that's a better deal. I did not look at eBay, but that's kind of because I wasn't looking at the lower end stuff. I did want to get something a little better, but I'm not going to complain. If anybody wants to help, I will take whatever is sent my way. But I do need to mute this. I need to pee, guys. I have like 3 cups of coffee in me, and if I don't pee soon, I'm gonna explode on stream. And I don't think YouTube's like terms of service allow for a human explosion on screen. So let me go do that. Built robot, fantastic. Decent increase today. You're up 320 users now. Nice. You buy parts from eBay all the time? I have too. I have too. I did have one part that was a failure. I had a Chevy Cavalier, 2002 or 2003 Chevy Cavalier, and I did my front wheel bearings, and they went out after about a year. I had to replace them again. So I did have some wheel bearings that did go bad on that. That was like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. Your goal for the year was 300, and you did that on Christmas Eve. Nice. Nice, Viking. Well, guys, I'll be right back. I do really, really have to pee, and I'm just going to keep talking. If I don't go pee, I'm going to be in trouble. Munching on a cookie. Sorry, guys. Christmas season, so Christmas cookies galore, you know? Uh-oh. 3D Medic Vince. I know it was you. It doesn't show me who it was yet, but hold on. Thank you, 3D Medic Vince. Guys, give me a second. I need to go pay for this. Confirm with PayPal. Click pay with PayPal. And where's your cookie? In the fridge in my house. So if you want to come grab it real quick, feel free to do so. Is that my PayPal card? Give me a moment to look outside of the frame so that I don't accidentally dox my own stuff. No. Oh, wait, PayPal debit card. Is that my PayPal debit card? It just says PayPal debit card, but it has a backup number, which is my other card. I don't know that that's my PayPal card. I'm assuming so. We'll just hit pay and we'll see what happens. Give me just a moment to see if that actually went through. Okay, get it. Thank you for your order. And there's my info. And there's the little alert. Let me double check. I got to see how I can show you guys this without doxing anything important. So I just have to figure out how to do this without doxing myself, dang. All right. Go back. Oh, PayPal did say that it did do it. Okay. Here we go. I think I can show you on my phone without doxing myself. I certainly can. I certainly can. Let me just cover up the shipping info. There you go. Right there, 89.87. As I said earlier, there you go, and there's the date and the time. So, 3D Medic Vince, thank you, brother, for helping me out with that. They should be here according to that. It says get it between January 2nd and January 6th. Hopefully closer to January 2nd would be great, because that'll give me a little bit of time to hopefully get a hold of my buddy again with the garage and say, hey man, can you help me with this? So again, 3D Medic Vince, thank you very much for the gracious donation that allowed me to keep my beater with a heater on the road for a little while longer. So thank you. Let's top off the coffee now that I left about 4 cups of coffee in the toilet in the house because I had to pee. Oh my God. It's one of those ones I know all my male watchers will know. You ever get that? You just start and you can't stop and you wonder if it's ever going to end. It was one of those. So when it finally ended, I kissed the missus. I told her I love you, but I have a stream going and Doggo's still in the garage, so I need to go back outside. And she said, okay, love you, bye. And went back to playing her game on her phone. I'm sure none of you know what that's all about. And then I grabbed a cookie out of the fridge on my way out the back door to the garage, and now I'm back. It can go easily, but most is a pain in the rear with stuck bolts. Yeah, built over bot. I have done some research on what it all entails to do that, and I'm more than happy to do it myself in the driveway. But in my driveway is currently a bunch of snow and mud, and I don't have like space in my garage to pull in and work on it in my garage, nor do I have a heater in there. But my friend has the lift and he has all that, and I get paid on the 5th. I will pay for the labor side because that's a choice I'm making. So whatever he charges me for that, I will cover out of my own. If any of you want to help cover the labor side of it, you know where the links are. You know how to do it. Throw some money in there and say, pay your buddy for the work. Because, you know, people got to eat. So I will, you know, support him if that means I don't have to sit in my driveway with a jack in this now what seems to be 20 degree weather or less. Yeah, I will not sacrifice my hands if he has a way of doing it. Not going to complain though. If I end up having to sit in my driveway and freeze my ass off, then I have to sit in my driveway and freeze my ass off. If it's not in the books, if he's like, oh man, I'll do it for $1,000, that's freaking insane. I won't do that for 1,000. No. He says like a couple $100, $200, 100, $200 to do that. I will pay that out of my own pocket. So, Clown Hammer, good to see you, man. Yes, build over bot, it definitely would. Just put the car in the air, take all 4 tires off, and then just start ripping calipers off, start swapping them out. On a Jetta, they have the lovely, like, there's just like a giant bolt that holds each one of the fronts in. You take the 2 bolts out, and then obviously you have to take the brakes, calipers, all that stuff out of the way. Take the big ass bolt out, pop the drive shaft out, pull the wheel, you gotta like beat the wheel bearing out because it seats inside that little ring. It's got that lip that seats in. So obviously pull it out, throw a little anti-seize on the new one, and then clean out the hole, give it a quick bust with the wire wheel, and then pop in the new ones, drive them in and seat everything nice, make sure it's torqued proper, which he's got all that shit. He can do that. And then the rears, I haven't actually looked into what the rears all entail, but looking at this picture, it does appear as though the rears are nothing more than like a press fit. And then there's obviously going to be like a captive nut or a bolt that will hold that into the rear sub-assembly or the rear assembly. So yeah, but the fronts are held in with 4 bolts. That I do know. They do pass through the front knuckle. You just take the 4 bolts out, and then in some cases I've seen where they put the bolts, they don't unthread the bolt all the way, they just thread it back, and then they'll hit the bolt heads with a mallet to knock it loose and just kind of keep going around to knock it out. And then when it pops out far enough, you can take the bolts out and then usually manhandle it out or just smack the piss out of it with a flat blade screwdriver and a big pry bar, put it in there. And so I mean, I have the concept, I could do it, but like I said, not something I'm going to complain about if my buddy is willing to do it for me. But again, 3D Medic Vince, thank you very much for making that possible. You are an amazing human being. You have supported my family through a lot of little stupid things. You don't have to, you choose to, and you are an amazing human being. So thank you very much, 3D Medic Vince, for being just that awesome guy. Yeah. Make sure you back the nuts off or out far enough that you don't damage the threads. Yes, yes, yes. But it's too cold to work, or too cold to work inside the shop for me. I understand, man. I would love to finish out my garage. Maybe someday. You guys all know the dreams for the garage. I've talked about it a million times, but I would love to have the other half of the garage be accessible for me to like heat it as well and be able to store a vehicle in there, work on a car or whatever I need to do, pull it in, close the door, and have that side available for whatever I got to do. So would be nice. Don't think it'll ever happen. But who knows? Maybe one day I hit on some Bitcoin and then I can take some of that extra money and finish out the garage, you know, like take the walls down in here for a while, maybe not stream for a little bit, take the walls down, seal the entire floor or repair and seal the entire floor, and then put some walls back up and redo a garage door and some windows. Actually pimp out the garage pretty nice. Would be good. Extra what now? So Clown Hammer, since you're just popping in, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I was talking about that little green thing that's hanging up right here with the lights on it. Is a solo miner. It's like the little cheap or crappy yellow or cheap yellow displays. Quit doing that. Anyway, but it's extra money that you speak of. Exactly. But no, they're little solo miners that run the same as those. Yeah, you seen those? Okay. So yeah, and the way if the lottery hits and you get a block or and you solve a block on the chain, your reward is 3.125 Bitcoin. 3.125 Bitcoin is currently $87,010. So if I got 3 of them, I'd sell 2 of them and sit on one. I would put a new roof on my house, buy 3 vehicles, one for me and one for each one of my daughters. I would repair the fence in my backyard, and I would pay off what's left on my mortgage. So my home would be paid for. It would have a brand new roof on it. And by brand new roof, I mean, like I was telling these guys, I would rip the roof all the way off the house and put a all new roof on the house. So tear the roof off, put a new roof on. And then I would have a brand new roof on the house, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. So that would be nice. Maybe on the garage here, since I don't do much upstairs of the garage, I do have an upstairs that maybe one day we would do something with. Maybe I would redo the garage roof too. I don't know. I don't know how much, like a whole new tear down and rebuild. I'm assuming it's probably like 50K. I don't know. But no matter what, you know, if need be, I sell all 3 of them damn Bitcoins and put a whole new roof on the house and the garage and put some dormers in, because dormer windows are sweet, and it'd be cool to have like 2 dormers on this side of the garage, or 1 dormer here, 1 dormer here, and actually lift it up, maybe do like a half story above the garage and then take the house up a half story as well, because currently it's attic space. So maybe if, you know, when we're into it, if we could put a like a half story on and then put some dormer windows in, you have a nice cute little place to kind of like sit upstairs, and that'd be nice. So who knows, maybe one day I'll fall ass first into well, at the current rate, 87,000 times 3 is 1 carry the 2, so 60, like 100 and no, 260 some thousand, right? No, I'm an idiot. 200, yeah, 260 some K. That would be more than enough to put a new roof on the house, on the garage, redo the garage, put a new fence out back, buy the wife and kid, or myself and the 2 daughters, a used vehicles to get around in, and then pay off my mortgage. And if there was any money left over, we would have a hell of a giveaway on the stream. Clown Hammer, they were just little devices I had laying around the garage, man. These are the ESP32 Dev Kit V1s. And then you just go to a website. I posted it earlier, but if anybody's interested, I can, I mean, if you're interested, Clown Hammer, I can repost the link on where you would go. But these are just the little ESP32 dev kits, dev kit V1s, like cheap little, like $10 board. Get them on Amazon. And then you get them on Amazon, you go to the site, you flash the firmware, you boot it up. There's a bunch of different devices that it'll work with. Give me just a second here to bring back up the link. Let me close my mining pool stuff. Click here. Let's go to my history for today. There's the Nerd Miner. There's Wiz Mesh. Let's go to history so I can find the actual stinking link. There we go. Let me copy this and paste it in here for you. There's the link to flash the device. When you click on that link, you'll click on select your device, and you'll click on Nerd Miner for the ESP stuff. So like any of the ESP32 boards and stuff, you'll click on Nerd Miner. Let me just have you follow along. You'll select Nerd Miner, and then your board version, you'll click here, and then you'll just look for whatever board version you have. Again, I have the DevKit V1, so I clicked on this guy here, and then you select your firmware. Obviously go with the latest and greatest unless you know. If the device has never been set up before, you can go ahead and erase the config file because there isn't one. Then you click connect it to your device. If your device doesn't appear when you plug it in, you can go look up your board and how to set it up in DFU mode. Connect your board in DFU mode and go from there. What coin does it mine? These are Bitcoin solo miners. So they are trying to solo mine Bitcoin. This is a huge like lottery, like 1 in 400 and some million chance, or 46 million chance that you'll ever actually get it. But the cool thing about Bitcoin is every 10 minutes, the lottery draws every 10 minutes. So there's a chance at some point, maybe in my lifetime, I would actually hit. And then one of my devices, I have two of these, one here, one I have in my office at work just for giggles, uses, according to what I was seeing, it's like less than $10 in power for a year to have this thing plugged in and running. But if I ever actually hit on the lotto and solve the block, then the payout would be a full 3.125 Bitcoin to me. So sounds like the yep. It's very much so a, if you just want to do it for shits and giggles and maybe one day you hit, just plug them in, let them run, you know. But there is some more steps to it. Give me just a second, jump back here. Let me, let's see. Let me find the, kind of like the setup instructions. Here is a basic setup instructions. If you do decide to get into this, you know, you can YouTube how to do this better. But there's the Bitcoin, yeah, lottery being the key word. It would be nice if it does hit the math. Yeah. Like I said, it's a total, like, maybe one day I'll be like, hey gang, yeah, I'm putting a new roof on my house and I just bought some new cars or used cars for me and my kids, and then you guys will know what happened. And then when all's said and done, we'll do a nice giveaway on stream. We'll give away a couple of printers, and then I'll be, you know, broke again and have to keep working. But at least I'll have a new roof on my house. I'll have some solid vehicles for me and my daughters to drive around in, and we'll have a new fence out back, and maybe I'll just redo the upstairs of the garage and then move what I'm doing down here, have a 2-car garage still, and just actually move my office upstairs in the garage. Nice window out front that I can sit up there and look down on, you know, all the peons below. Maybe my plans would change and it wouldn't be in here or down here taking up one whole section of the garage. It will be upstairs looking down upon everyone. You know, it might be a thing too. Never know. But hey, that's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. I know it. I'm comfortable knowing that I'm just doing it more for the shits and giggles, and the actual, you know, I'm gonna hit. I know that there's really no way I'm gonna hit. But if they're not running, you don't have a chance, you know. So, but what I was saying, go back here. This is the kind of like a basic setup. Once you've got it installed, really the only thing you need to do is come down here to the configure the nerd miner, and then you just connect to this SSID, put in this password, which is mine your coins. Then you connect your web browser to this IP address because it'll broadcast the 4. Something network. If your home network is on a 4. Something, remember to disconnect from your home network, obviously, and connect with some kind of a device that can connect through Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is your only option. Go here, click configure Wi-Fi. It'll take you to this screen here where you'll put in your Wi-Fi info, or you'll select your Wi-Fi, connect to your Wi-Fi with your Wi-Fi password, and then here's where you'll put in your pool info. If you are going to use the public-pool.io, you'll go there, which I have. Let's see here. Web. Shoot. Give me a second to just pull up this IP, or this copy this, paste it here for you. There we go. And then this is what it looks like on the back end. And here's like your settings to set it up, like where you can go to get your info. You click here. But then I set up each device as their own individual instead of as a group. So this one is running by itself here, currently pulling 442.1 kilohash. Not a lot, but would be enough to solve a block. Your next purchase will be one of the LilyGo T-Dongle S3s and making a USB Swiss Army knife. Nice, Chris Travis. That's awesome, man. Well, if anybody wants to use, if anybody's gonna buy anything from Rockland, don't forget to use my code, my referral link. But yes, LilyGo. And then let's see here. You were looking at which one again? The LilyGo. Gotta find you again. The T-Dongle S3. T-Laura, T-Deck, T5, T-Embedded. I'm looking. T-Beam. I want to see if they have it. T-Echo, T-Embedded. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing it on here. Do they not offer it here? That'll suck for me. You're probably going to buy it off Amazon. Oh, there we go. T-Dongle S3. Yep. See, right there. $21.97. Sold out. So they are currently sold out of them. And you'll probably get it cheaper on Amazon is my guess. So. You're out as well? All right. Well, Viking brother, love you, man. Have a good one. As usual, if anybody's interested, Tinker Atlas, go sign up. And don't forget about the contest. And then, Captain, go rest your back, man. Hot shower and go straight to bed. That way you don't feel your back locking up when you start to thaw out. Yes. But again, there's the instructions. There's mine. And there's the flasher where you can pick whichever board. And as you can see, there's a large collection. They can actually do the T display, the LilyGo T display. So like I could get one of those LilyGos off of here. I could go here and get the LilyGo T display, which is on the first page. So let's go back to the first page. Scroll down. There's the T deck, which is it is the T deck in the drop down, right? Is that right? LilyGo T display. Okay, so not T deck, but T display. Do they have the T display? Anyway, if they do, you can get the T display from LilyGo, maybe from here. That's the deck, paper. Well, I don't see one here, so I guess not. But snap them up if you got them. That's the e-paper. But yeah. On Amazon, it's $15 with $9 shipping, no Prime. So it's $24. And then let's just see here. Because I don't think they offer the free shipping here. So let me take a peek. Out of stock. I think you'd still have to pay shipping. So yeah, it would still cost you a little bit more. So don't blame you, brother. I mean, if you can get it off Amazon, get it off Amazon. Granted, that doesn't help me. But again, save money if you need to, do it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit, man. Save money. I don't want your wife I don't want wives, spouses, significant others all pissed off at me because you did something based on my recommendation. That's not where I'm at. I am not in the market to piss off someone else's spouse and make their living environment that much more toxic. Not even. Tech Jeeper, you beautiful human being. How are you? Good to see you, man. I hope you are doing well. Hope life is treating you wonderful. And if it's not, kick it in the dick and let's make tomorrow a better day. Right? You ordered the LilyGo T-Embedded CC 1101 plus for putting the Bruce firmware for pen testing. Nice. Nice. You're having fun with the LilyGo stuff, aren't you? You love your T-Embedded. You use it more than your flipper now. Nice. I'll have to look into that stuff because, again, with Rockland, Tech Cheaper, just so you know, I was accepted into the partner program with Rockland. I was buying stuff from them and talking about them, and they were like, hey, let's get on a phone call. We got on a phone call. We talked. They said, hey, join the partner program. So I did. So I partner slash, it's really an affiliate program. They call it partner, but it's affiliate. So I did join up with that. So I do have a link if you are looking to buy stuff Tech Cheaper and you want to use Rockland for any of your like LoRa and Meshtastic or MeshCore, because a lot of those devices can work on MeshCore too if that's more what you're into. But you can use my referral link, which pops up periodically on the side, or you can click my Linktree and I have all of my affiliate links in there. And then you can always buy some stuff there, and price doesn't change, but I get a little kickback for the purchase. It's 5%. They don't pay a lot, but that's okay. Anything for what I do is better than nothing for what I do, correct? Both running Bjorn, the Cyber Viking, and the other one is running Ponagachi. Nice, nice, nice. I need to get into the hackery tools a little bit more, just so I can have some more stuff in my arsenal for pen testing and things like that, especially with the field I'm in outside of here. It'd be nice to be able to pen test my network and make sure that stuff is safe. So I should probably, I should definitely, get some stuff. So I'll have to look into maybe some alternate ways to use some of the tools that are available through the Rockland website, Nice. Chris Travis is getting into all kinds of hackery stuff. I'm gonna be afraid to be around you at like the Rep Rap Fest. Turn off my Bluetooth, turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off everything. You'll be stealing all my data. I already told you, credit scores in the tank. You don't want to steal my identity. That would be financially irresponsible for a lot of people. JC Prince, what's going on, man? How's the Centauri Carbon doing? We were talking about you earlier. I saw your email, but I'm streaming, so it's hard to respond. Willington, happy 2026 to you as well. Hopefully this will be, not hopefully, but most likely this will be the last stream of 2025. So we're just kind of hanging out and streaming. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I said I'd probably only go for an hour. So if that tells you anything. We're hanging out, we're talking about all kinds of different stuff, showing off things as people bring it up, or if it's stuff that I'm doing. So yeah, need to learn so you can protect yourself. Yes, Chris Travis, it is always important to protect yourself and your loved ones on your own home network, but keep going. Why steal your identity? You're open to trades. Yeah, Built Over Bot, your story or your identity is probably better than mine. So enjoy. Use 90% of the time for the universal remote control feature to control TVs or ceiling fans. When you lose a remote, yeah. Out at a restaurant waiting room has stupid on. Gotcha. Yep. But conveniently, Tech Jeeper, there's my referral link to Rockland. So if you want to check out Rockland, consider using my link and going over there and checking it out, seeing if there's anything on there you like. I was talking about how this guy is the WizBlock, the rack wireless WizBlock starter set. It's like 35 bucks. Has all kinds of fun stuff in there. Jerry. Yes. It is doing great, super fast, and way better than the Ender. Yes, it is a much, much better upgrade to the Ender. As you can tell, I do like them enough that I have two, and at some point there will be a third one up there. So currently they're not printing because I just don't have anything going on where I need to print. But as projects come up and I need to print, it's nice to have more than one because it never fails. Once you start printing something, you realize you need to print something else. So having multiple printers available is nice. I do think that one of the things that Elegoo should do is make, for the sake of everybody doing 300s, 350s, and things like that, you got a 256 or 265. No, 256. Yeah, it's 256 bill volume. Do a 356 bill volume and just mess with the entire industry. Like, we're going 356. Just do 100 mils larger. Do a 100 mil larger version of this. Would be nice, and then I would not mind having a couple of those as well. I'm pretty sure going up 100 mils is also going to go up a few $100s, but if you offered a larger option, I don't think that it would be a bad thing as long as it prints with the same quality that that thing gets and the price isn't too crazy outrageous. I think it would be a nice addition, but you would be talking about increasing everything by 100 mils. Yeah. Cool piece of tech to look at is the Hackberry Pi CM5. You have one, and it is amazing. Yeah, I have a CM4 in this little screen. So I'll have to look into something. I think the CM5 will fit in here. I don't know if it'll support this screen. This is the Big Tree Tech Pad 5. I would assume it would. So I wonder if it would work with something like this. It has Wi-Fi, it has Ethernet, it has some USBs and an SD card slot, HDMI out. I don't know if it would work with this, but I'll have to look into the Hackberry and see if that would be something that, you know, I think the Hackberry is its own specific, like its own board though, isn't it? Wouldn't mind a CM5. Would like to try one out. But I got a CM4 here. So I was trying to think of something to do with this with a CM4. So maybe if I can do something with this and, you know, like Hackberry stuff, that'd be kind of cool. Like I said, there's 3 USB ports, Ethernet, HDMI, and SD card. So it does have Wi-Fi and does have the ability to plug in additional devices. So don't know what I could do with that, but I'll have to do some snooping and see. And it is touchscreen, so that's kind of nice too. Yeah, it's its own board, screen, uses, oh, the BlackBerry keyboard. Yeah, basically it's a handheld Linux PC or Linux computer. Yep. I know what you're talking about now. I've seen it. That'd be kind of cool. But I, you know, want to get a CM5 because why not, right? That'd be kind of a cool little device to have, just throw in the bag and go and, you know, run different stuff on it if need be, or not even if need be, but just for shits and giggles. Let's see. While we were talking in the last however long, did I hit on some Bitcoin? Doesn't look like it. Nope, guys, sorry, I'm not Bitcoin rich. Sorry. Hasn't happened. Wouldn't that be crazy if during the stream I managed to like solve a block on there and actually like hit it on stream? That'd be pretty cool. You guys, I don't know. I don't know how I mean, you guys might have to alert my wife. I might have a heart attack on stream if that happened because, you know, for some people 200 and some $1,000 isn't much, but for my broke ass, I don't know what the hell I'd do. Like I said, I mean, I know what I would do, but I don't know that my body could handle that. I would probably have all kinds of like crazy things go on internally, and then end up spending all that money on doctor's bills instead. Uh, do, 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 do. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking a few things. My little alerts went off here. My daughter ended at home. So my daughter is home now. So that's good. My youngest daughter ran out and just got home. Let me take a look at one thing real quick here. Sorry, I just saw something that alerted my brain to go check something real quick here. So I need to check something real quick. Sign in. So for those who don't know, I had explained. Wait, see here, hold on. You once paid 1 physical Bitcoin at Taco Bell combo, sold the Bitcoin at 200, and sent a physical count the other 100, like year back or a year later. Magic ball, see. Yeah, if you only had that magic ball, see into the future. Yeah. So for those who don't know, a while back I switched my internet service. My internet service is now fiber. I'm not asking for help. Vince already helped me out with the wheel bearings on the car, so I'm not asking for help, but I'll just let you know a story. So my new internet service provider has a referral program. I had 3 people that used me as a referral when they signed up with the new internet. and that got me $150 towards my internet bill. So I didn't pay an internet bill last month, but then it didn't cover all of my bill for this month. My bill was due, well, it's due by tomorrow. And because of that referral stuff, I owe $30 on my internet bill. So if you got 30 bucks and you want to help me out, I'll take it. We'll pay my bill right now. Otherwise, you know, if not, I understand completely. I understand completely. I will just hope that my internet stays on for like 4 more days, 5 more days, 6 more days, 6 more days. So either way, I think they'll let it slide till payday. But if you wanted to help, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo links are all down below. Feel free to send $30. It's exactly $30 it says is due. So just putting it out there. You guys can just tell me to quit being a mooch. Tell me to knock it the hell off. That works too. I won't complain. Okay, so wait, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. I agree with both of you. I wish when you could mine Bitcoin on a graphics card, I'd wish that back in those days I had been mining Bitcoin, whether in a group or not. JC Prince, I'm never talking to you when I'm mentioning that. I am never talking to you. You are a 13, 14-year-old kid, man. You worry about whatever you need to do for you and building your 3D printing empire, okay? Don't you ever think I'm talking to you or hinting to you. I want you to worry about your 3D printing empire. I want you to buy filament. I want you to get models. I want you to, if you have to pay for models so you can legally sell them, I want you to do that. I want you to like 3D print stuff. I want you to sell things. I want you to make money. I want you to start your business now while you are a teen boy trying to figure out life. Start that business now. Make that money now so you can build yourself up. I want you to do the things that I never did so you're in a better place than I am now. So you worry about you and taking care of you, my man. John Doe. That's all this stream is just me lecturing people. Thumbs down. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs down. Greatly appreciated. Because any interaction is good interaction in streaming. So, you know, talking in chat and thumbs downing a stream is always an interaction with YouTube. It shows good for YouTube. It lets them know people are interacting. So if you want to troll somebody, your best way to troll them is to watch them, not say anything, not to click and interact with any of the thumbs up, thumbs down buttons, any of that. It's the best way to troll somebody because they're getting view hours with no interaction. That's worse for them. So feel free to do that too. Sometimes sometimes it's useful information. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Sorry, gang, just checking some stuff. All right, went through all the steps. So there we go. Yeah, built over bot. He got himself one. I know, John Doe. I know. I'm just messing with you, man. No, I understand, man. Like I said, I understand. I haven't really had any projects that I like. Motivation is an ugly, ugly monster. And when you don't have the motivation, you don't have the projects, you don't have anything to work on. It sucks. But that's okay. My friends will be here. We will talk, we will hang out. A lot of the people that come to hang out on my streams are pretty much just here to make sure I'm okay. Longtime viewers will all know a lot about my past because I talk. Try to stay positive. I am, brother. I am. You know, I'm sitting here with a smile on my face and a million different things going through my head that could bring me down, but I'm not focusing on that. One thing that I try to, I say it a lot and I try to live it is, stop looking for the negative, find the positive. So I'm always trying to find reasons to be up. And right now I'm currently drinking a cup of coffee, hanging out with my friends on the internet, and we're just talking about life. We're talking about life. um, Good things come from conversation, man. Good things come from conversation. Bad things too if you want to find it, but if you're not looking for it, you know you can just enjoy chat. I don't stream as frequently as I used to. Again, that's because of personal life. There's just a lot going on behind the scenes. Some things I want to talk about, but I can't talk about right now. Um, Give it a couple months, and I should be able to talk about a little bit more. But as of right now, I can't talk about certain things that I want to talk about. Um, there's a lot. I'm currently employed, so there's the positive. I have um, one opportunity for sure on the table. I'm just waiting for a phone call, and one that I was informed of, but is not publicly out there. So I don't know how serious that one was, but I did at least put myself out there for that as well. Either one of them will give me more time back in the day with my family and more time with you guys on stream. Hopefully, um, financially, they will be hopefully as much or more than where I'm currently at. So being closer to home and making as much or more will be financially better for me because I don't have as long a drive. So that'll be nice. Um, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, Christmas is over. New Year's is about to hit us. January 1st, for those who don't know, is my youngest daughter's birthday. So January 1st is always a good one for us because it's my daughter, it's the new year and it's also my youngest daughter's birthday. And then less than a month later is my birthday. My birthday is less than a month away, and then I'll be 47. Um, and yes, I know I look like I'm like 60. I get it. I look old. But no, I'll be 47 here in less than a month. So that's pretty cool. 1 year closer to that big 50. So I still kicking, still doing stuff. You know, I know, Tech Jeeper. I'm like the oldest guy in the 3D printing space. So, but no, there's some positives, man. I mean, my wife and I, 2026 will be the 10-year anniversary for my wife and I. So we will have 10 years in, you know what I mean? Like 10 years. I know that's not a major achievement. There are people who hit 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years married. Um, but for us, you'll be 60 soon. Yeah? Are you a January birthday, John? I'm just curious. Are you a January birthday as well? Please go to the next print and look at a model because they have a picture of holes to mount it. Don't want to waste the filament. The Elegoo model tool rack. Next. Next print. Let's take a look here. You say it's the Elegoo tool rack. Let's see here. Elegoo tool rack. All right. I'm betting you it's embedded magnets, JC. Looking at it, it's embedded magnets, but it sticks to the side, so you have to have magnets to put in there. Let's go down and look at. Yep, looks like JC commented on this today too, just a little bit ago. Comments, just you. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be embedded magnets, bud, and sadly in the description they did not say what kind of magnets it uses. Let me just maybe download the file. Ah, crap, they're going to make me sign in. I don't want to freaking set up an account with you. Don't use your thing. Yeah, when you slice it, JC, go through the slicer, pull down and see where the magnets are. My guess is it's probably using like either a square magnet or something like that. So it's probably got embedded magnets. So along the way when it's printing, you'd have to stop it you'd have to put a layer stop in there. And sadly, they have no description saying anything. But yeah, looks like they use double-sided tape. Yeah, it could be double-sided tape. The picture doesn't show much, but yeah, you could get away with using some double-sided tape, like the 3M, like the 3M double-sided tape, and then just doing that. Circles. Oh wait, it's magnet circle not embedded. Oh, okay. So if it's on the back side of it, there's circles that don't go all the way through. Yeah, then you would just put some glue and stick the magnets into it. What size those magnets are, I don't know. What you can always do is print the part and then measure the hole and then jump on Amazon or something and order some of the magnets. But yeah, does the model offer a 3D view? It does not, so you can't spin it around. Well, I can move the model around, but it won't let me actually like zoom in, zoom out. What about control? No. Alt? No. Shift and click? No. Control shift click? No. It won't spin the damn model. Oh, that's dumb. Anyway, yeah. Chris Travis, have a good evening, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Oh, Tech Cheaper, you try to add models to Nextprint? Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I don't really use Nextprint. I know it is Elegoo's little, because everybody's got to have their own repositories now. So, but me personally, I haven't tried it. But yeah, a lot of the stuff for the Centauri Carbon, just so you know, JC, a lot of the stuff for the Centauri Carbon, they'll have some kind of an embedded magnet on there because the side panels are magnetic. So they're a steel panel, so it'll hold magnets. So a lot of the like tool kits and stuff like that either mount into the panel screws on the side. You'll take those out and then put it through the part and then in, or it'll be embedded magnets of some kind. Or you could print that one anyway, and like Built Over Bot said, you could just say the hell with it and get some double-sided tape and just put some double-sided tape on the back and then just stick it to it. Or you could get those command strips. You could get some of those command strips and put them on there. And then that way, if down the road you want to take them off, you could just pull and pop the command strip off. So you could do that too. Blank page because it's so jank. Oh, the model list? Yeah. Yeah, I'm like I said, it's nothing against the Nextprint, but there are so many damn repository sites anymore. It's such a pain. So I just kind of stick to the old tried and trues. Like if I'm looking for something and I don't know where to find it, I'll hop on Yegi and just type in what I'm looking for, and then let Yegi give me a list of sites, and then I can go through there. There's always Colts, My Mini Factory, Printables, Thangs, or Thingiverse and Thangs. Um, those are kind of like my go-tos for stuff. I don't really use like Creality's cloud print thing. I don't use really any of them. Like Anycubic has one. I don't use theirs. It's nothing against the companies, but there's too many places, and you'll find the same model a lot of times across several different platforms. If it's something I really want and it's only available, then yeah, I'll go create an account and go download files from there. But if it's not something I really want or I can find it elsewhere, I'll just get it elsewhere. But again, to each their own. If you want to use it, feel free. I'm never going to tell somebody not to do something. You can use whatever sites you want to use and are comfortable with. Yeah, built over bot. I know you've pretty much stuck with bangs with a lot of, with your models, and that's awesome. It works great, and it's one place, and they have that little uh, membership thing, so you can set it up so that you're getting a little bit of a residual on uh, your models, which is good. It's nice that you're getting paid for your models because they are badass models. I should put a uh, little thing in chat to do that for you. I'll have to set that up for next stream, man. I'll set that up and you'll be able to, it'll, check out Built Over Bots prints and do that. You have everything on printables as well? Okay. Well, I mean, it's up to you, man. I'll link it to one or the other. You just tell me. I'll put one together for you. I mean, I know you got your models on printables. I'm following you on printables as well. I just know Things is the one that you for quite a while there were promoting, so. Putting the magnets in, super glue. Just regular old super glue, bud. You know, that'll be fine. That's what a lot of us are using is just plain Jane super glue for putting magnets in and stuff. Somewhere around here I've got just like a regular tube of super glue. It's nothing special. Ah, here we go. See, nothing special. This is what I use to put magnets in when I need to. It's just cheapo super glue, CA glue, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Started on Things first, but then you've been anti-designer lately. Oh, they've been anti-designer lately? Yeah. They're just trying to make money off of the membership stuff, and with the transition over from what company bought them? Who was it? Help me out here, somebody in chat. What's the company that just bought Things? Because I know Things is no longer Things. It's Things sponsored by or whatever. Sub company of insert other business name. But yeah, I know these Shapeways. Okay, yeah, Shapeways bought them. So there you go. But yeah, like I don't know. I still my big go-to is always printables. I'll go to printables, download a model from there, slice it up and throw it at my Centauri carbons. You can still get the regular STL or 3MF file and print it directly. Load it in your slicer, slice it for your printer, and you're done. So that is, still how I do it. Like I said, it's not that I always use that, because a couple models I've downloaded recently have been from Things or from Thingiverse, and there was one model, a friend of mine, one of her coworkers wanted this model for her son. And it was like a $6 model. I just went and bought it off of I think it was Colts or My Mini Factory. My Mini Factory is where it was. That's right. So I bought a model off My Mini Factory so that I could print it, and I gave it to her, and her daughter painted it up, and then her coworker was able to give it to her son for Christmas. So, um, again, I paid for the model, the $6, and printed the file and just gave it to her, and her daughter painted it, and then they gave it to her coworker, who gave it to their son for Christmas. I mean, I just haven't drank coffee from the gas station for the last like 4 days to make up for it. 5 days, 6 days, whatever the hell it's been. I just haven't bought a cup of coffee for the last few days. My mother-in-law, however, loves me enough to send me a whole thermos here of coffee. It's got the cool little pump top on it. So I've just been sitting out here in my garage chugging away on some coffee. But I'm gonna probably we're looking at almost 3 hours, so we'll go 12 more minutes. I'll wrap it up at the 3-hour mark. I'll let you guys get back to your day. For those of you who stuck it out from the beginning, thank you very much. And to all of you who have joined in along the way, you know, thank you for coming in, hanging out, spending some time with me. But yeah, like I said, life has just been life. We've been doing what we've been doing, and in 2026, I'm hoping to stream actual content, like actually work on stuff. Steve Builds, what's going on, Steve? Good to see you, good sir. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in and saying hey. Like I said, here in about 12 minutes, or 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna wrap this up and go off to somebody else. Is anybody streaming tonight that I can jump over to after this, in case any of you are just stuck in like zombie mode and you're on the YouTubes? I can send you off to somebody else. I haven't looked at YouTube to see if there's anybody streaming tonight. When I jumped on 3 hours ago, there was nobody on. So let me go look at my subscriptions on the old YouTubes and see if somebody's up or going to be up. Hack 5 is currently live playing with their Wi-Fi Pineapple. Oh, the Pineapple Pager. Yeah, they're doing some stuff with their Pineapple Pager. If anybody's into the Hack 5 stuff and the pineapples and all that fun stuff. Looks like Darren's up, but I don't think I can jump over to him. I don't know if he's got it set up for that. I know Steve does, because we've jumped over to Steve's a few times. But no, since Steve, you just popped in, I'll give you a quick little clip notes of what we've talked about tonight, because it's just been like a hangout and chat stream. I was talking about just, you know, life, where I'm at, what's going on. We're talking about Meshtastic and you know, I 3D printed these. Rockland is a company out of Florida. I'm a partner with them now, or an affiliate with them. So I've been playing around with their stuff for the last couple months, and they saw that I was posting and talking about them. They said, let's talk. So we did that. What channel is Darren? Hack 5, HAK5. Yeah, it's HAK5. But then we're talking about these little guys here. I had some ESP32 dev kit V1s floating around. These little guys are solo miners for Bitcoin. I'm not advocating for anyone to buy Bitcoin and get into Bitcoin, but they were just sitting here collecting dust. I figured, you know, we'll play around with them. So I flashed them with the Nerd Miner software, and then 3D printed little cases for them. And I got one sitting here and one's in my office at work, just sitting there. Figured maybe one day I'll become a Bitcoin, like, you know, I'll get myself 3.125 Bitcoin and have a couple 100,000 in Bitcoin floating around that I can use to improve my home life, new roof on my house, couple vehicles for my wife or for my daughters and I, because we're currently down to one car, but thanks to 3D Medic Vince, I'll have wheel bearings coming, and then we'll get some wheel bearings on my car, and my car will be on the road again. But some wishful thinking of, if I had 3.125 Bitcoin, what I would do. And other than that, just kind of talking about Centauri Carbons and how I manually updated this one to 1.1.46 because it would not get the update. So I was able to use the Open Centauri wiki, has all of the firmware updates. So I went there, downloaded it, installed it on this one. So this is now 1.1.46. This one's 1.1.46. And now they're both running the current. At some point, this one's going to get Open Centauri installed on it. And then we'll try to build up this Happy Turtle lettuce feeder right here. We'll try to build that thing and then see if there's a way with Open Centauri to make it work with this guy. That's a, you know, future Dan problem. I probably, with 3 hours I've been streaming, I probably could have just said the hell with it. Let's install Open Centauri, but I want to plan that a little better. So anybody who actually wants to see, like, everybody's posting about it, but nobody's posting a video of them doing it. So if anybody's actually interested, maybe schedule an actual day and time and say, hey, this day, this time, we're going to install Open Centauri. And maybe that'll bring in a decent little stream, get some people who are thinking about doing it into doing it. Who knows? But yeah, I guess since we're getting real close now, we're only a few minutes away. Does anybody have a channel maybe I don't see or I'm not following that is streaming that might be fun to jump over to? Uh, while we're waiting, I'm going to see if the Hack 5 stream, if I can jump into it, just for the giggles and whatnot, just for giggles. We'll see if we can go there. I don't know how many of you are interested in the Wi-Fi pineapple and all that fun stuff, but if I can go to Hack 5 and you're interested, oh, looks like I can. But he's doing some Wi-Fi pineapple pager FU or foo. Can't because of your sub count. Well, JC Prince, man, like I said, you're gonna have to like get that info out there, get people going, man. You gotta put out content, get people interested, and then it's been a slow build for me. I haven't even hit 2,300. I made it to 22. My goal every year is to try and be at a certain number by May. Um, it was 2K by May this year. We did hit 2K by May, so that was cool. May of 26. I'm not going to do that now. 2K by May sounded really cool and it rhymed really well. But I've always done, May is kind of like because it just something by May, it just kind of works out, Sub gain has been slow a lot in the past 12 to 18 months. All the YouTube streamer yeah. I know what you're talking about, Steve. Like I said, I've grown since May 260 some subscribers over the since May when we hit the 2K, which that's fine. Mostly I stream. Every now and then, if I have something I can make into a video, because I'm more of a like shoot it like live stream style, but in more informative, like just me, the cameras, and the microphone, and talk about what I'm going to do, and then pop to the dot cam here and put it under the dot cam screenshots. Basically, that's why my videos are all the way they are, because this is the format in which I'm most comfortable with. I'm not like grab out the cameras, do like 18 different angles and zooms and cool pan shots. It's not me. I'm not saying I can't do that. I could, but this is the format I'm comfortable with. If I can sit here and talk to you, and then if I twist over this way and put it underneath the doc cam, and I'll record that into OBS. I'll record it, and then load up DaVinci and cut it up, put my little intro in the beginning, and then I got to work on like an outro video that just has maybe my my members and stuff like that, like at the end, like special thanks to my YouTube members, and have like that scroll. I have to put something like that together. The problem is every time you get new members, you got to update that every time you put out the video. So at least those members would be memorialized in whatever video you put out at that time. So they would have that to look back on. But there are people who've been making videos on YouTube way longer than I have, who are way better at it than I am, and even some new young blood that came in that were way better at this stuff than I am. That's why I just stick to the easy, go live. Here's my dumb ass. Look at it, enjoy, have fun, don't have fun, whatever. 50 to live stream. Yeah, you have to have 50 subs to live stream. Which I don't know if that's so much true, because I think the Protect the Elderly YouTube channel, which again, for those who don't know, I have a YouTube channel called Protect the Elderly, where I talk more about like internet security stuff, but I've done like 3 videos on there and no live streams, mostly shorts. But let me see something here real quick. Let me go to create, go live, because that's only got like 23 subs. Welcome to the live control room. Get set up, live stream now. Don't worry, you have a chance to review. Okay. Yeah. No, this channel's only got like 26 subs on it, and it's telling me that, um, yeah, it's telling me that I can live stream now. I had to click the link to wait the 24 hours. So, yeah. So, JC Prince, you just need to go to studio.youtube.com, and then it'll probably pop up a little window that says, hey, you need to whatever, you know. I'm going to save it with Darren's, with the Hack 501. But yeah, apparently that's for new accounts. I don't know, because I just started that, but I also did create it as a brand account under my existing YouTube, so that may be why I was able to do that. So that might be what it is it was a brand account, not a like straight account like JC. You're probably just using your personal YouTube, whereas I created it as a brand account. So it is a limited to YouTube account. So I don't know if you look into YouTube brand accounts and then how to set one of those up. It may be different based on the fact that it's a brand account. So you can try that. I don't know if that'll work for you, but you can definitely try that. But again, that's where I also am shooting myself in the foot with brand accounts, because where like Mr. Steve Builds is able to gift YouTube memberships, probably to keep impromptu accounts from streaming something dramatic. Yeah, yeah. But like where Steve is able to gift though memberships from himself to the viewers, the followers, the watchers. My happy butt, because this channel is a branded account, is not able to do that. And I think that's also, I have to look into it a little bit more. I might be wrong. Bearded Printer, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. But I'll have to look into it, because I think I'm not able to accept gifted memberships to channels either, because it is a branded account. I could be wrong on that part, but I do know that I did look into, like, Lee Marie 3D's doing it. Steve, I've seen you do it. I've seen a few other channels where they're gifting memberships to their viewers. And I'm like, why the hell can't I do this? Everybody's like, just click on the $ and you'll see gift memberships in there. And I click on it, and for me, I have super stickers and super chat. That's it. I don't have the option to gift memberships. So since I can't gift memberships, I was like, what the hell's going on with this? And then, of course, you look into it and it says, reasons why your channel would not be able to gift memberships. And it says, because you are a branded account. So I was like, crap. Branded account is biting me in the ass, because I can't give back to anybody like other channels do. So I am doing some snooping and seeing if there's some workarounds. So I may be not necessarily, I'm not going to be doing anything crazy with this channel, but I'm testing with the Protect the Elderly channel, since I don't stream there, at least not yet. At some point I probably will, and then talk more internet security stuff over there. So if you're not following the, youtube.com/@protecttheelderly, consider giving it a sub. I will probably be talking more internet security, scams, what to watch out for, what to look out for. I know there's enough people out there doing that already, but if any of my friends are interested in listening to me talk and want to help educate people on what to do, some people like me and my format of streaming and talking, and are they enjoy listening to this for whatever reason. So maybe I find those folks that want to learn about internet security, but they don't want the prim and proper, like, suit and tie or polo shirt, like in an office setting, talking to you about all those things. They want some jackass with a webcam and a microphone sitting in his garage just telling you, hey, these are scams, don't do this. So, do you have to pay to gift memberships on your own account? I believe the way that ends up working, Steve, well, there we go. Some creators have 10 monthly, 5 at a time. The creators are not charged for these. Okay. Yeah, see, Steve's going to know way better than I do because I don't have that feature. So, Steve, thank you for being here and thank you for, explaining. Now, if you want to gift more than those 10, the creator is charged effectively. It's 30% discount. Okay. So yeah, and correction, 70% discount. Oh, okay. So Steve, just out of curiosity, when you gift those, that would come out of your monthly revenue from YouTube, from your ads and all that? Would that come out of that? Or is that one of those you, uh, instead of kind of like coming out of that balance, like you just pay up front and then you would just see that back? No, what I was referring to was is like the additional, like if you wanted to gift additional memberships over the 10, uh, would that come out of like your YouTube monthly revenue for that, or would that be you just pay that up front and then you know you'll just you just you just pay that out of pocket basically? It would be the same as gifting for any other channel, so you are charged the time of gifting. Okay. So if Steve ever goes nuts, guys, just so you know, if Steve ever goes nuts on his channel and give gifts more than 5 at a time, um, that's because he's paying out of pocket. So maybe consider being a little generous and saying thank you in some way. There you go. Help Steve out for being nice to his community, because Steve, I may not catch all of your live streams. I may not stick around for the entirety of your live streams, but you're always a good person, a lot of knowledge, and you help a lot of people. So people like you are way more important on this channel or on this site than me. I'm just giving people an outlet, somewhere to go and hang out most of the time. But occasionally I spit some knowledge and help people along the way. You gifted 50 Christmas Eve. Yeah, I was there for your Christmas Eve stream. I saw you go nuts, and I was curious about that. So I was like, what the hell? You made the comment about it's just YouTube money. I assume what you were referring to was is the monies you make from YouTube would just have to, would just recover that uh, down the road. So, but yeah, it's cool of you to do the things you do. Like I said, I don't always watch your streams and I don't always stick around for the entirety of the stream because life, but when I'm there, I have fun. It's always a joy to see that luscious beard of yours. Mine is nowhere near, you know, Steve Build's length, but I'm thinking I'm going to let this keep growing now because I'm jealous. Maybe one day I'll have a Steve Builds appropriate beard, and then I'll just change the name of my channel to Dan Builds. I'll be the less family friendly alternative to Steve. I'll just build a bunch of Vorons and have a luscious beard. Oh, I didn't do it, Joe. I did not do the Open Centauri yet. They're both still running stock Centauri. This one we will do, and when I do, Joe, I'll actually make it a point to like post out there when I'm going to do it. I want to find a time where I know I can give people enough time to know it's happening, and then they can hopefully fit it into their schedules to come and hang out. So I'll post it out on the socials. I'll drop it in the community tab and all that stuff. Just saying, hey gang, if you're interested in Open Centauri and the Centauri, the Centauri carbons, and you want to check out an actual like live stream install, come and hang out this day, this time. So there will be at some point something going out there. I just have to work into my like I have to figure out when with work and family, when I can say, hey gang, family, I love you. Work, I'm not going to either be there or I'll do it on a weekend when I can just look at my family and say, I love you guys. I'm going out to the office. The door will be locked. This is what my plan is. Please forget I exist for this long. And when I come out of it, I may be balder than when I went in, depending on the process. So you want to see the difference between the Z mod and the Forge X. I don't have either one of them, John. I really don't. And but I can at least we can at least someday install Open Centauri and see the difference between stock and wait, this finger. There we go. Between stock on this one. Whoops. stock on this one and Open Centauri on this one. Go back. Good job. But yeah, so that'll be where we're at. That's why you want to see the Open Centauri. I understand completely. I more or less want to see what the difference is going to be, and then afterwards, like I said, we've got the Happy Turtle lettuce feeder right there. We'll get that built up one day as well, or not one day, but probably over a couple of streams, depending on how things go, printed parts are, and all that fun stuff. And then we'll figure out if we can install the stuff needed for the Happy Turtle on here, and if we can, we will. And if we can't, and we can't make it work because Open Centauri won't work with it for whatever reason, then we won't. But if we can and we can get it working, that'll be pretty cool to kind of have a Centauri Carbon 1 running a multicolor. I know that on one of the Facebook groups, somebody did post a picture, supposedly a picture of a Centauri Carbon 1 or Centauri Carbon with the multicolor printing on it, said Merry Christmas, and I don't know that it was necessarily a Centauri Carbon. It didn't have the 2 after it when they were panning around in the camera. But it very well could have just been a Centauri Carbon 2 that somebody was just goofing on everybody. But if the Centauri Carbon 1 multicolor that I saw on that Facebook group is true, they basically just took the multicolor unit from the Centauri Carbon 2 and just put it on a Centauri Carbon 1. So you're going to have 4 spools on the side with the 4 inlets going up and into your printer head or your tool head. So if it's true, there's probably going to be a kit coming that you'll be able to upgrade your Centauri Carbon to that. If it's true from what I saw. But again, it's the internet. You don't know what's true and what's not, what's real, what's fake, what's AI, what's not. So it could have just been somebody with a Centauri Carbon 2, or they could have had a Centauri Carbon 2 and they could have just swapped some panels real quick, and just swapped it onto a Centauri Carbon 1 and ha ha ha, got you, fooled you, or they could have took a Centauri Carbon 2, slapped the control board and everything into a Centauri Carbon 1 and then mounted everything up and said, there you go. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, built over about, realistically, the differences in the Centauri Carbon 1 and 2 is the electronics. It's the board. It's got a different control board in it. Realistically, if you're gonna, there's an upgrade path. You know what I'm saying? Like the Centauri Carbon 1 to the Centauri Carbon 2, there is an upgrade path. You would probably have to change out the control board, flash the Centauri Carbon 2 firmware, but the motors, the tool head, everything I've seen, or that we've seen that's been put out there, it's a Centauri Carbon 1 with a number 2 on it, a different control board, and then the 4-color unit, the multicolor unit that bolts up to the side. So that being said, you could still offer an upgrade path that says you need to replace your control board, buy this kit, install this kit, swap out your control board, and you now have essentially a Centauri Carbon 2 with multicolor available, with multicolor. So they very well could offer this as a bundle and tell everybody that if you don't buy a Centauri Carbon 2, you have a Centauri Carbon 1, and you want this on your Centauri Carbon 1 for X amount of dollars, you get the new control board, all the wires, and then the board could be pre-flashed with the Centauri Carbon 2 firmware on it. I mean, there's nothing stopping them from doing that. Is it ideal? Hell no. But could it be done? Yes. There's no reason they couldn't do it. You had a feeling that they messed up the C1 or the control, or yeah, the Centauri Carbon 1 board just didn't have enough ass for multicolor. Yeah, Cybertech or Cybertech. It everything I've been seeing on this thing, when you dig into it more, it is using basically a board, an older board, and it's running like Clipper version 1 dot something. I forget exactly what it was, but we've all seen dump logs, dump files, and like some of the other stuff. It's running a much older version of Clipper, and it's running on subpar hardware for doing multicolor. So if they just take the Centauri Carbon, the CC2 boards, and the multicolor units, and offer all of that as an upgrade path for Centauri Carbon 1 users, granted, yeah, it's going to piss off a lot of people because they're going to be like, I spent $300 on this printer, and now I have to spend another 150, 200 bucks for all of this, and I have to install it myself. Well, the diehards that love the printer will pay that without complaining. You're still going to piss off a bunch of people. It's going to happen. They're going to be angry. They're going to be mad. They're going to be upset. But at least it's an upgrade path. It gives them the option. So there's that. I mean, it holds true on the fact that you did offer a multicolor for the Centauri Carbon 1. Is it ideal? No. Are people going to be angry? Yes. But there's already a bunch of pissed off people anyway, because you keep saying it's coming, and then you take it away, and then you post it, and then you take it away. And it's just this back and forth. So rather than going back and forth, offer the control board, offer any cables that need to be put into the Centauri Carbon 1, any modifications that need to be made to a Centauri Carbon 1, especially anybody who got like the second round or third round that already have the plug in the back, have the poop chute on it, that have like whatever needs to be there. I mean, they all come with a cutter head already. So that's already there. Poop chute was already there. The only thing that some of them were lacking was the plug port in the back. So you say, look, if yours does not have the plug port, we'll include the cable. If it's using that cable, we'll include that. If there's something that needs to be swapped out, if it's going to be a USB connected device instead of the 4-pin that's on the back of there, then offer a swap out for the USB, and just tell everybody you're going to swap the control board, you're going to put in this USB cable, you're going to plug in the new unit to the side of the printer, and then you're going to connect it to the side of your printer with your 4 spools, and then you're going to plug the USB cable in the back where the existing 4-pin was. And you just tell everybody this is the upgrade path. If you want to spend the money to get there, go ahead. If you don't, sell your printer, buy a Centauri Carbon 2. People will buy these for, secondhand for 200 bucks, 250 bucks all day long. You'll make back most of what you paid for the printer back in resale, and then just have a little out of pocket difference to buy the Centauri Carbon 2. Little being a lot for some people, but you'll just have that difference to pay out of pocket to get you there. So you'll lose a little bit of money, but your choices are either you have the printer, here's the upgrade path, or sell the printer and then figure the cost of that plus the upgrade path is now the difference you have to pay for a Centauri Carbon 2 whenever they come to the US, if you're in the US. Just think, got timed with the Pi 0W, Pico, not enough ass. Yep. John Doe, let's see here. Let me get caught up on chat, guys. I really got going on that. Same as the ADM, yeah. Taking the FlashForge Adventure M to the X, different MCUs. Yep. And you could ultimately buy from FlashForge's website the X control board, the multicolor adapter, and then the spools. You could buy all that off of FlashForge's site, and that I think you can. I might be wrong. I think you can buy that all off of FlashForge's site as accessories or extra part, whatever, and then put that into the 5M, and then convert your 5M to a 5X. So I believe you can do that. So they should just offer a similar thing. You buy a control board, you buy all the parts you need to upgrade the existing hardware. And I think that they need to do that with that. It is a great single color printer either way. Might be better to leave it alone. Yes, LTX, you are correct. It is a great single color printer. It works well, it's fast, it's amazing. Um, but I'm just saying, as a option, you know, we tinkerers love options. Not that I would ever rush out and buy it, because as it sits, I like the printers the way they are. I can just print models in multiple colors across multiple printers and then glue them together if I need multicolor. But if I needed something that was printed in multicolor, it would be nice to have one. Like I said, I think one of the things about installing a lettuce feeder, Happy Turtle lettuce feeder on one of these with Open Centauri is going to be the limitation of that control board and its inability to process that much. Because again, it is using kind of a very like low end, it's using some low end equipment with a very old version of Clipper, but still performs well for what it is. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. It functions very well for what it is. So yeah, that is where 3D printing is going. Unbox, print. Want something different, but different printer, or build your own. Yeah, 3D printing has always been like a tinkerer's hobby more than anything. I mean, there are people who are utilizing those machines more for, oh, buy a different printer or build your own. Yep. Yeah, John, you're right. 3D printing has always been like a crazy tinkerer's hobby. Like you get a 3D printer, you get hooked on it for a while, and then something new and shiny comes out, and you're like, get rid of the old, get the new, or keep the old, never use it. It collects dust because you don't want to part with it, because most of us are pack rats and we like to hold on to shit even though we don't use it. We like to hold on to it. So, but I honestly think that Elegoo, I think it would be a nice potential way for them to make some money, is to offer the upgrade path from your Centauri Carbon 1 to a Centauri Carbon 2. Offer it as a bundled box. These are the pieces you need if you want to turn your Centauri Carbon 1 into a Centauri Carbon 2. You know, here's the path you take, here's the box or kit, the upgrade kit, and just let people know, if you're going to do this, these are the parts you need. Here's the kit, 150, 200 bucks, whatever it is, if you choose to go this route. And just let people have that option if they choose. That way, to everybody who bought a Centauri Carbon 1 and is still using the printer, loving the printer, but still sour about what happened, they would still have the upgrade path. And you can tell them, we understand this is not ideal. This is not what we initially promised. You need to own it. Okay, so Elegoo, not that I think you're going to watch this, but Elegoo, what you should do is say, this is not ideal. This is not what we initially promised, but we are offering a Centauri Carbon 1 to Centauri Carbon 2 upgrade kit that consists of the new control board, any cabling that will need to be had, the multicolor unit, spool holders, and any additional PTFE tube or adapters that would need to be had, all in said kit. 150, 200 bucks if you can make that a thing. For 150 bucks, I don't think you're going to piss off a lot of people. I don't know that 150 bucks will be an option, but if it is, probably 100 bucks, you would definitely make a lot of people happy, especially if they're already purchased it with the hopes of the initial. If you could offer to them at 100 bucks, just saying, if you want it before this date, $100 outright to you, 150 bucks if you buy it from this date forward, 150, 200 bucks if you want to get the upgrade kit. The upgrade kit will get you to a Centauri Carbon 2. Do that. You'll make a lot of people happy. A lot of people are still going to be pissed off. You're not going to make everyone happy, but a lot of people will be happy knowing they have an upgrade path. That's all they want, is an upgrade path. Most of them. Some of them are still, like I said, you're not going to make everyone happy, but as long as you've offered them an upgrade path to get them to the multicolor you initially promised but then went back on, you will make a lot of people happy. That's all I'm saying. You're right, John. They've never been a part supplier or a kit company. You're right, but it's never too late to try and appease your community. And if you've already got the stuff there, I mean, they've already got the boards and everything there for the Centauri Carbon 2. So if they can just box it up in a smaller box and ship it out, it's going to be cheaper than shipping a bunch of Centauri Carbon 2s. You know, they can just offer it up and be a little cheaper. And this could be something new for them to try that might actually make the community happy. Like I said, I can't promise it'll make everyone happy, but a lot of people will see this and go, thank you, Elegoo, for at least giving us something. It's not what you promised us, but you did give us something. There's going to be a lot of people are going to be like, oh, see, just trying to get more money out of people. Well, you were going to pay that money for the multicolor option later anyway. So I don't know what you were thinking. If you were thinking you were going to get a free multicolor option when it became available, you weren't. You were going to pay for it anyway. So at least telling them this is the path you have to go. You can put in some wrench time. You're going to swap some stuff out. I'll even be a guinea pig, Elegoo. Send me one. I will set up one of my printers with it. I got 2 at the moment. A third one will be here probably by February. I'll have a third one. I'm more than happy to be a guinea pig for you to make sure that whatever you're going to send is going to work. Just a thought. I think at this point where they made the promise, it can get them close to honoring it. Yeah, I mean, and again, I am not, please understand, I am not bashing Elegoo at all. I love my Centauri Carbons. You guys know that. I already told you there's going to be a third one up here at some point. There'll be a third one. I love my Centauri Carbons. Price to performance, the Centauri Carbon is a hell of a printer. Okay, it is. It's a hell of a printer for the price. You get an enclosed Core XY printer with the standard 256 build volume, you know, and you can get it for that $300 to $350 now, depending on where you get it from. $350. That's not a bad price for that printer at all. So if that's what you're looking for, it is definitely the printer to buy. You're getting the ability to print PLA, PETG, TPU, ABS, ASA, and even some of the more, like carbon fibers and maybe even some glass fill. You know, it just depends on your environment and what you can pull off in the printer. But you can print from ABS, ASA, all the way down to the basic PLA in that machine. Pretty much covers a plethora of things you're going to print for around your house or production stuff or whatever. And again, 329, 339, 350 or less. If you can find them, you can get them on, Marketplace, 250 all day long, 298 was Micro Center price last time you were there. So yeah, 350 or less. You can pick up one of these bad boys. If you're looking for a single color 3D printer, I don't get paid from Elegoo for that. It's not a shill. I'm not making any money telling you guys to get it. I'll tell you, if you want to buy one stateside, consider hitting up Fabrico. They sent me this one. But again, I don't have an affiliate link with Fabrico. I get no money if you buy one from Fabrico. Fabrico and they sent me a printer and said, play with it, do whatever the hell you want. Just tell everybody you got it from Fabrico. I got it from Fabrico. If you guys want to buy from Fabrico, you can tell them that, Dan sent me. Great, thank you. But I'm not going to get anything for it. There's no money that exchanged hands. It was, we want to send it to you, have fun with it, do whatever the hell you want. That was the agreement. We're going to send it to you because we want you to have one, do whatever the hell you want with it. Since then, we put the Micro Swiss hot end in there, and we'll install Open Centauri on it. This one I did buy from Fabrico with my own monies. I paid my own monies. Shouldn't have. Should have saved my monies. But I made a poor financial decision because, again, live in debt, not regret. Right? Live in debt, not regret. So I made a dumb decision. I'm getting more coffee if anybody cares, because this thing's still got warm coffee in it, and it's still got, so I might as well. But Yeah. So I get no kickbacks for telling you that I like the Elegoo Centauri Carbon printer. I get nothing. I'm not shilling anything because I'm not getting anything for it. But again, single color, fast, mostly reliable. I've never had anything super crazy happen. The only things I've had happen were a couple failed prints because first layer bed adhesion was bad because my dumb ass printed a bunch of stuff and kept getting my oily fingers on the build plate and did not clean the build plate in between, just kept throwing prints at it. And then after a while, the oils from my finger knocked the print loose. And then I had to stop the print, clean the build plate, put it back in, restart the print, and it printed just fine. So I have not even applied any kind of glue stick or any kind of an adhesive to those build plates. I just will bump my, my Z offset in a little bit more maybe, and it prints just fine. So, but that's me. That's not you guys. You guys may have a different experience with it. But in my experiences, they've been workhorses. I've loved them, and I will continue to get them. I am, as you can see, I'm running out of like other random printers. I'm just putting Centauri Carbons in because overall build volume is good for a large majority of what I do. The print quality may not be amazing by some people's standards because they spend way more time dialing in and tuning in their profiles than I do. But I'm sure if I sat down one day and ran the same print over and over again and kept tweaking and tuning my profile, I could get that profile. But for me, a basic profile prints perfect enough for what I do. So, yeah. Your wife got sick of me saying that I would sell out the, oh, bought you a Snickers last week. So you'll shill for her now. Hey, there you go, Built Over Bot. You gotta find the right people to shill for, gotta find the right people to shill for. And a spouse is definitely one of them because that whole happy spouse, happy house is a lie. It is happy wife, happy life. In a large majority of the homes, it is happy wife, happy life. At least in my experience. So they make most of their money off the resin printers, John. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm kind of going back up there. Yeah, they do make most of their money off of the resin stuff. So, but gang, again, I thank you guys for hanging out with me. We're now at 3.5 hours. I did say 3 hours, so I did get an extra half hour of talking about the Centauri Carbon. But again, I thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I thank you guys for spending time with me. I'm going to do some sitting down, looking through and figuring out when I will have some time, do a little more research into the Open Centauri thing too. I don't want to go into it completely blind. So I'm going to do a little bit more snooping into the overall process of installing the Open Centauri so that we have hopefully a little bit smoother, like I want to make it more of a, follow along kind of a thing. And maybe I can grab the video afterwards, or I'll record the video and then chop it up into some actual, like an actual like how to, but so I'm gonna do a little bit more homework on how to do it, what steps I need to take, and then I may even, I'm not gonna lie, I may even install it on, on one of the printers prior to, just so I know the process, and then once I know the process myself, I'll flash it back to stock, and then we'll reflash it again. So I may have it running Open Centauri one day. I may just sit here for shits and giggles while we're talking and hanging out. I may just do it. But then once I know, I'll flash it back. I probably won't even throw a print at it. I'll just make sure the firmware works, shut it down, reboot it with the stock firmware, get it back up and running stock firmware, and then we'll have the actual stream of this is the steps you take, this is how you do it. We'll record that stream so that this way I can go in and kind of like chop out the ahs and ums and the randoms, like me talking for, however long while we're waiting for things to happen along the way. I can cut those areas out, and then we can make it into an actual, like, follow my video. So, 3.5 hours. Yep, we are at 3.5 hours. So that being said, though, gang, I love y'all. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail. Happy 3D printing. And if Darren is still live, let me pause my goodbye. Let me go look and see if Darren is still live, because I did tell it said jump over to him. Let's see. No, he is not live anymore. Oh, wait. Yes, he is. Okay. This is going to jump over to Hack 5 when we're done, guys. So if you're interested in any of that, great. If not, have a good evening. Otherwise, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing and all those things. I will talk to you guys all on the next one. Did not know you can raid? Yes, FilterBot, you can. You can go in and edit and do a redirect after. And then as long as they have it set up to accept redirects, you can end your stream and it will redirect everybody over to the other stream. So you can do redirects now. It's not really raiding, it's redirects, but yeah. All right, gang, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing, all those fun things. Remember, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. And thank you for hanging out for 3.5 hours of talk. Have a good evening, everybody.